College football is back, and this afternoon at Hancock Stadium, the Illinois State Redbirds open the season at home against the Dayton Flyers. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Illinois State football here on Marquee Sports. Kurt Pegler, Clay Harbor, former NFL tight end, with us here for the broadcast this year. Something special about game one of the season, isn't there?
There's always the butterflies. You work so hard in training camp, and now you finally get to put that product on the field. And for the freshmen, their first time ever playing a college football game, I remember my first game many years ago, and it's always fun. It's something you remember forever, so it's a special day.
We're going to highlight a couple of running backs that are trying to prove something today in game one of the season. First for Dayton, Michael Neal's been the second-string guy for a couple of years, but this year he is the man.
Jake Chisholm's gone, the All-American running back. Michael Neal averaged over 5 yards a carry last year. Now he's going to get a lot more carries. We'll see if he can do that with a much improved workload.
Meanwhile, Cole Mueller, back for Illinois State, missed all of last year, played just in the first quarter of the first game before he broke his leg. He's back. He's a difference maker for Illinois State.
Cole Mueller's a beast. This guy was second in Newcomer of the Year voting when he played his first season with the Redbirds. This guy had over 5,000 yards and 36 touchdowns in high school. This guy's a beast. I think Cole Mueller plays well today, and let's hope he can stay healthy.
Should be a fun game. Opening day at Hancock Stadium. It's Illinois State and it's Dayton, and it's up next here on Marquee Sports. A beautiful sun's afternoon in Normal, Illinois. 79 degrees, low humidity. What a day to kick off the season. Partly sunny. It's just a gorgeous afternoon as Illinois State and Dayton prepare to kick off the season. This is a beautiful college football setting on a Saturday at Labor Day weekend, isn't it?
It doesn't get much better than this. And for the players that are playing for their first game, I can tell you, I remember my first game like it was yesterday. It's something you'll never forget. The scene is set. You put in all the work in training camp, and now you're ready to put that product on the field. It's really something special.
Let's talk about the keys for this afternoon's game here. The season opener again between Dayton and Illinois State. We mentioned that both these teams like to run the football, so the first key might be who's going to establish the run here.
Yeah, Jake Chisholm. He's no longer a member of the University of Dayton Flyers. Now they have Michael Neal and Logan Davis. Can Michael Neal continue on the success he had last year? He averaged over 5.7 yards per carry. So it's up to the Illinois State defense to see if they can stop him.
Meanwhile, Dayton, not only are they going to step up that run game, but they got to find a quarterback rhythm. We literally are not sure who's going to start the game. We think we're going to see two quarterbacks for the Flyers, but we're not sure who's going to start this game.
Yeah, is it Dante Cassiola or is it Cole Dow? Both are athletic guys. Cole Dow actually played some wide receiver for the Flyers last year. Didn't catch a pass, but he was actually a wide receiver on the team when they were short on some depth there. So we'll see. I'm really curious to think. I'm thinking it's Cassiola, but it could be Dow. We got a new coach. He said they're starting from ground zero. He doesn't care who's playing last year. It's who earned it this season.
Negotiating us through the coin toss there, so the Redbirds will receive to start this season, to start this football game. Again, a beautiful afternoon, and we hope that you are alongside for a great college football game. You mentioned, Clay, the new head coach here for the Dayton Flyers, a Dayton guy, Trevor Andrews, his first season, a 1998 Dayton Flyer graduate, and he's kind of brought a little bit of a, that hometown feel to this team. He's including the past coaches. His former coach is a radio announcer here for the Dayton Flyers, and the man that he replaced, Coach Chamberlain, he invited to practice. I mean, this is a good, feel-good story for the Flyers.
Oh, it's great to have him back. A guy who was a 3-year letter winner. Obviously, he came from Western Michigan, where he was a linebacker coach and spent 18 years at William & Mary before that. But it's a really feel-good story. I had a former coach that played at Dayton, and he was just a hard-nosed, no-nonsense guy, and that's what it seems like comes from this program.
Yeah, 25 years college coaching experience. Meanwhile, Illinois State's head coach Brock's back now. Year 15 for him, 95 and 65, knocking on the door to 100 career wins. He's been a difficult coach to beat in this stadium, and the Redbirds would like to start this year on a good note and get him win number 96 in his career here against the Flyers.
Absolutely. It looks like we got kickoff happening. I really love this kick returner, Jalen Carr. He's a former sprinter, who was an All-American sprinter in high school. He played running back in high school, so he is really good with the ball in his hands. I think he has what it takes to maybe start us off right this season.
David Maurer, a redshirt freshman from Cincinnati, will kick for the Flyers, and back to receive the aforementioned Jalen Carr, and Winker's right. One's a junior, one's a sophomore. This is a young Illinois State roster. And we're ready to start this season here in Normal, Illinois. We're glad that you're alongside here on Marquee Sports. Kickoff of the 2023 season coming your way. That's going to be fair caught ahead of the play there. I'm not surprised that teams do not want to kick the ball to Jalen Carr. He had a 98-yard kick return last year early in the season, and the scouting report is out. Probably if you kick it away from him, you're in better shape.
Yeah, we just talked about his speed. This guy was an all-state performer in track in high school. This guy was a former running back with 1,000-plus yards in high school. He's really, really good with the ball in his hands. No shock they didn't want the ball kicked to him.
So we'll see the Illinois State offense come on out. Cole Mueller, number 4. He's a guy that we expect to get a lot of work here this afternoon. The quarterback in his second year is Zach Annexted. So the Redbirds begin on a play action, and the pass is thrown off and completed. So the first pass of the year goes from Annexted to Daniel Sobkowitz, a former walk-on who just bolted up the depth chart last year and became Illinois State's top target.
Yeah, great rhythm there. 3 steps and out. That was a nice throw across his body to his left side to Sobkowitz.
The Redbirds have a first down, brought to you by Toyota on their first play of the game. Another screen pass. That one's flipped out to the sideline. So the Redbirds coming out and throwing the football. Eddie Casper, the slot receiver, makes that play. So on the first 2 plays, they're staying away from Cole Mueller and they're moving the ball through the air.
Eddie Casper's uncle, Kevin Casper, was an Iowa great and former NFL star for Iowa.
Incomplete passes. They try to go to Mueller out of the backfield there. So the first miscue there, that ball was thrown low, but nice defense there. The Flyers kind of snuffed that one out.
Illinois State's playing with tempo. I love that. Brock's back's coming out. He's playing with tempo. He's getting his guys in rhythm. They might be a little nervous, a little anxious. Let's take away all that anxiousness. Let's play fast and just get the ball moving.
Got a good look there at Nathan Arthur, the all-Pioneer preseason pick, middle linebacker for Dayton. Another screen pass comes out. Again, it's Casper who makes the play, and he's across the 45-yard line. The Redbirds are coming out throwing the football here this afternoon.
Absolutely love to see it. Casper fought hard for those yards. It was a good block there by the Redbirds, giving him the screen yards. Those yards behind the line of scrimmage count just the same as the ones down the field.
In this formation, the Redbirds have 3 receivers there, and Casper gets it again. Nice blocking up in front for Illinois State. Cam Grandy, the tight end, in that kind of that slot position, threw a nice block there.
Yeah, and so did Camo Nelson. These receivers and tight ends really make those plays. Camo had a really nice block to spring Casper.
Efficient opening drive here for the Redbirds, with 4 completions and just 1 incomplete. This is Mueller's first carry of the season. Bounces to the outside, and he's got some room, and he's got a first down and more. He's finally dragged out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Welcome back, Cole Mueller.
What a run by Cole Mueller, showing that strength, that stiff arm. But what I really saw was that movement up front, the big boys up front. You got 3 seniors, 300-pound seniors in the center there. That offensive line did a great job of getting movement.
15-yard gain. Redbirds another first down, and time for Annexted. He throws over the middle, and again he has his man Casper, who spins off of 1 tackle, and he's down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line.
What a start for Casper. This is a guy who didn't have a catch before this season. This guy hasn't been playing football for that long. He's a former lacrosse player. Casper is showing why he's really a weapon.
And the tempo offense, Redbirds quickly to the line of scrimmage. They feel they've got this Dayton defense on its heels. And on 1st and goal, it's Mueller into the end zone. Touchdown, Redbirds.
Great movement by the offensive line. Those big boys created a hole that, I don't know, Kurt, I think you might have been able to run through that.
I probably could have. That was a gigantic hole.
what a drive for the Redbirds, using tempo, the offensive line, moving the ball up and down the field, displacing guys. You love to see it. You look at Mueller here, he really didn't have to do much, but he had a heck of a drive, using that stiff arm early in it. What a play for the Redbirds. What a start.
An 8-play, 75-yard drive. Took just a minute and 50 seconds for Illinois State to march down the field. Mueller takes it in from 6 yards out, and the point after is good. What a start for the Illinois State offense. Take that opening kick, march down the field. We haven't even played 2 minutes of this football game, and Illinois State has an early lead on Dayton 7-0.
Sandwiches for the tailgate, so plenty of fun celebrations coming our way. Hopefully we can get some of those sent up to the booth for you guys.
Thanks, Jenna. Jenna Rose, part of our broadcast team, the third member of our team, and we're seeing the Dayton offense for the first time. And Dante Casiola is indeed going to be the starting quarterback. He wins out this starting duel between he and Cole Dow, but again, we expect that we will see both, and they're going to go to Neal on his first carry, and he dives ahead. He's going to pick up about 5 on the first down.
No, it was a nice stop by the Illinois State defense. Didn't have much room to work with. Good start for the Illinois State defense. This D-line, obviously losing such a great player last year. They have a lot to prove, and I think they're up for the challenge this year.
So Casiola, the sophomore from North Carolina, started 5 games last year before a thumb injury ended his season. And he's the opening day starting quarterback, and he's going to flip this one out, and it's going to be caught. That's going to be a first down yardage. Again, coming out of the backfield and making that play for Dayton. And that, in fact, that's Cole Dow. He is the other quarterback on the depth chart, and he is, as we mentioned, originally a wide receiver. He moved to that wide receiver's room last year, and now he's catching a pass.
Well, this guy's versatile. Reminds you of an old school Cordell Stewart slash-type player. The guy's an athlete, and they're using him like that right now.
So we got 2 quarterbacks in there, one at the quarterback's position, one at the receiver's position. That's an interesting scenario for Dayton. Neal's going to get the call again this time, and the Redbirds try to wrap him up. A good second effort. It looked like he was going to be caught about the line of scrimmage, but he turned that into a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, they got to wrap him up there. They would have had a TFL, but that was a good job by the Illinois State Redbirds rallying to the football. That's always huge.
Tempo offense for the Flyers. No huddle. They quickly get it out, and the pass is caught by Derek Willits, senior from Centerville, Ohio. He's had 17 catches a year ago, so he figures to be a target again here today and this season for Dayton.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Mark Cannon, laying a big hit.
So it's 3rd and 2 after that pickup. Neal's going to get the carry. Met at the line of scrimmage. He dives ahead, and Dayton's got its second first down of this drive.
Yeah, Dayton's using some tempo here, too. Both teams starting off with tempo. Both offensive coordinators had something similar in mind to start off this game. You got the nerves going. It's the first game of the season. They've been working all training camp. Let's show some tempo. Let's show that we're in shape and we can move the ball quickly.
1st and 10 now as Dayton has moved the ball up to the 48-yard line. And Casiola throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. That was too tall for one receiver, and really in no man's land there. That could have been picked off.
Yeah, that was nice coverage by Dylan Gerhardt. Gerhardt is a great safety, always seems to be in the right position. This is a preseason second-team all-conference selection. I love Gerhardt. I think he has a chance to play at the next level.
Redbirds really love their safeties with Keandre Jackson and with Dylan Gerhardt. 2nd and 10 now for Dayton. Casiola's going to roll out and flip it downfield. Has a man, incomplete. Pass was intended for Gavin Lockow. He's an outstanding athlete, a freshman, but that pass did not get to Lockow, and it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, moving the pocket, Casiola sailed that one a little bit. Gerhardt in the coverage again. A solid job of coverage again by Gerhardt.
3rd and 10. The Flyers last year, 41% efficiency on 3rd down.
Seems like the Redbirds are putting 9 in the box right now for 3rd and 10. It's kind of surprising. We'll see if they send a blitz, try to heat them up a bit. Blitz.
Casiola is pressured. He's rolling out, and he's going to stay on his feet, cross midfield. It'll be short of a first down by a couple of yards, but he kind of turned something out of nothing there.
Yeah. This Redbird defense is known for getting pressure on the quarterback. Last year, they were top 10 in the country in sacks at 3.18 per game. They showed a blitz there. They don't got the All-American edge linebacker anymore, defensive end, but they're still putting pressure on the quarterback by using the scheme.
Amir Abdullah on the stop, and it's 4th and 2, and the Flyers are going for it. They were 8 of 18 a year ago on 4th down. On their first drive of the year on 4th down, they're going to go for it again. Casiola's going to keep, and he's got that first down. He worked the right side, and he gets the first down, and the Flyers have another fresh set of downs.
Yeah, it was a nice run by Casiola. This guy's showing some real athleticism. Tough player. It was a nice design by the play with sending Neal out wide, and it took some of the defenders with him. Nice window dressing by the offense of the Flyers.
Josh Diener was out for that play. He comes back in, outstanding defensive lineman for the Redbirds. And now Dayton has moved the ball into Illinois State territory. They're at the 38-yard line. And on first down, Casiola, he's got time in the pocket. He's going to throw it down into double coverage, and it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Redbirds have it. No, it's dropped.
No. Wow.
It looked like the Redbirds were going to have a turnover there, but it was in and out of the hands of Jackson, and so it'll be a second down play here.
Keandre Jackson just had a gift. Kurt, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but do you think you could have caught that ball? I think he could have. Keandre Johnson's got to make that play. That's one of them he's going to be dreaming about tonight when he thinks about this game. That was a gift.
So 2nd and 10 now. New life for the Flyers after the near interception. The give is to Neal, and he kind of keeps those legs going. Picked up 7 on the play, so a nice run here. He has come out on fire here in this first drive.
Yeah, Neal's looking good. That was actually a good play by Josh Diener, turning the running back inside. But the linebackers have to flow over top and make that play.
We have an injured player down for Dayton. Looks like Ben Hefner, offensive lineman. 7-0 Illinois State the lead with 8:58 to go here in the opening quarter. And now Dayton on its first drive of the season has moved inside Redbird territory. They've got the ball on 3rd down from the 32. Kurt Pegler, Clay Harbor with you here at Hancock Stadium. Our sideline reporter is Jenna Rose. It's opening day for college football, and we're glad that you're alongside. A good start to this one. Entertaining game so far.
I think this is 4-down territory right here, Kurt. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a run, a quarterback keeper, maybe a zone read between Neal and Casiola.
The Flyers have already converted on a 4th down on this drive. So I agree with you, Clay. This could be 4-down territory. It's 3rd and 4 now. They've got another quarterback in there. Casiola faked under the center, and now this play looks a little bit broken. That was, kind of an interesting setup there. Casiola roll out after they
brought in Coldow
under center,
and then they used him as the bubble guy to see if they could maybe throw the screen to him, but that was covered. So then Casiola had to scramble. That was an interesting play call.
So again, they face 4th and 4, no gain on the play, and again, the Flyers are going to go for it on 4th down. They figure, what do they have to lose? They've already got one 4th down conversion. Casiola is pressured, and he's going to go down. That's Amir Abdullah who came in and made the sack on the play, and the Redbirds come up with a big stop, and their first sack of the season.
Huge stop by Abdullah there. Look, he comes in unblocked. Casiola has nothing he can do. Abdullah takes him down for the big loss in the turnover on downs for the Redbirds.
Redbird defensive coordinator Travis Niekamp dials up some pressure. Abdullah the sack. The Redbirds had 35 sacks a year ago, one of the top pass rushing teams in the country, and they showed it here on that play. And so on a turnover on downs, now the Redbirds have the football back.
Let's see him take a shot here. I love taking a shot after a turnover. Great field position.
Redbirds will have it 1st and 10 from their 41-yard line. And Annexstad rolling and flipping it out. It's complete. That's Grandy who makes the catch, and he's going to be close to a 1st down. Cam Grandy, his first reception for Illinois State, the transfer from Missouri Western.
I love getting the ball to the tight end, Kurt. I know you're not surprised by that.
Yes.
Look at the big fella dragging tacklers. I love it. Get that extra yard.
A 9-year NFL veteran Clay loves the tight end, and we don't blame him. And now that's going to be a little flip pass again. Grandy there. This time he will pick up. They were about a yard short of the first down, and now they have another Toyota first down.
Not much there, but Grandy does a good job of getting the first down, fall forward, keep feeding the tight end. I love to see it, Kurt. I love to see it. When you feed the tight end, good things seem to happen.
Actually, they're going to say he's just shy of the first down. It looks like they're going to say this is 3rd and 1. And this time the completion should get them that first down. A little quick out, that Sopkowitz, who comes up to make his second reception of this game, and that indeed will move the chains for a first down.
Nice catch by Sopkowitz. That ball's a little low, showing good hands. Watching him in training camp, I really was impressed. This guy used to be a walk-on. He doesn't look like a walk-on. He's big, tall guy. He's smooth. He's not flashy, but he gets the job done.
Annexstad now 8 of 9 for 63 yards in an efficient opening quarter. He's got time. He's going down the middle. He's got Sopkowitz.
Oh, wow.
Touchdown Redbirds.
What a play by Sopkowitz. What a ball by Annexstad. He led him perfectly on a post down the middle. He had a step, and he put it where he needed to. Touchdown Redbirds. We have a little play action here, little play action. Nice pickup by the running back. That play doesn't happen if the running back doesn't make that pickup. That's nice, and a hands catch by Sopkowitz. Some guys catch with their body. I like guys that catch with their hands. That is a great play by all involved. Annexstad, Sopkowitz, touchdown Redbirds.
3 touchdowns a year ago for Sopkowitz, an opening day touchdown here in 2023 for Sopkowitz. Ian Wagner's point after is good. The Redbirds are 2 for 2 on offensive possessions, and they have a 14-0 lead at home against Dayton. And 59 yards, and the Redbirds have scored on their first 2 possessions. The offense has looked impressive.
Oh, they've looked real well. They've done a great job of mixing things up. They've handed the ball off. They've rolled Annexstad out, and they've used play action, gotten the ball out in the perimeter. Some of the receivers. It's been a great job so far for the Redbirds offense.
So Ian Wagner back on to kick it. Brenner back, but he's 10 yards deep in the end zone, and he'll take the touchback, and so the Flyers will bring it out to the 25-yard line. Now, I will say this, you got to give credit to Dayton. Their first offensive possession was pretty darn good.
It was like they drove the ball down the field on a tough defense. Illinois State, we talked about it. Look at last season. They're one of the best defenses in the country, one of the best defenses in the Missouri Valley Football Conference, arguably the best conference in the nation. So they did a good job of driving the ball down. They just got to finish the drives now.
Dante Cassiola comes back out for his second series with the Flyers. Both he and Cole Dow have been on the field at the same time, both starting quarterbacks, but Dow in a receiver's role. That's Bubonics, Sam Bubonics, senior wide receiver who makes the catch. He had 14 catches a year ago. And again, he's one of the, it's a very deep receiver room with Dayton. They like that position a lot.
They brought back 5 receivers that had at least 5 catches last year.
Gain of a yard on second down now. Cassiola is pressured again. He spins away from one tackler, but not a second. The Redbirds bring in the pressure, and they make the play there. After the first hit came through, there was some room there, but Nick Kessler, who the defensive coaches say have been one of the most improved players on the Redbird roster, comes up and gets the sack.
And here's a look back at the screen pass. It was a nice play made there by Dylan Gerhardt, obviously the All-American safety.
And so now 3rd and long. It's a 3rd and 16 scenario for Dayton. Cassiola on a quarterback draw here. He's got some running room, and he's going to be close, but short of a first down by about 2 yards. So he got some of that yardage back.
They called the perfect play there. There was a blitz to the outside. The linebacker vacated the middle, and he had a lot of running room. Cassiola can run. This guy can move. It was a perfect play called by Dayton.
And I'm sorry, that's actually Cole Dow who made that play. So they snapped it to him, and he might be the better of the two athletes, and so he showed off his athleticism there. Again, we're going to see both those quarterbacks, and that was Dow that made that play.
Yeah, nice play by Dow right there. Former wide receiver last year.
And so we'll see the punting unit on for the first time here. Daniel Baker is the punter here, and he's a guy that he's going to kick for the first time. We're going to see new punters on both sides of the football here on both teams.
Eddie Casper back. Spoke before about his lineage. His uncle, Kevin Casper, played in the NFL for several years and was a Iowa Hawkeye great. One of the best NFL combines, Kurt, in NFL history, his uncle, Kevin Casper, had. 4.3 40, 40-plus inch vertical. The guy was a beast.
Trying to get this off. We've got a whistle again before the snap here. Baker, the punter for Dayton, is a safety by nature, but he can punt, and this year he's going to be asked to punt.
You know, I punted in high school, Kurt. I always wanted to punt in the game. Well, he's getting to live the dream right here. Play his position and come and get a couple punts up.
They've reset the clock now, added a couple of seconds back onto it here. So we're waiting on the scoreboard to make that change, and now we're ready to resume action on 4th down. And we will see Eddie Casper back in the punt return game for Illinois State. Good kick away. Casper is going to make a fair catch at about the 34-yard line. So the Redbirds, who've scored on their first 2 possessions of the game, come back on the field, and they'll have possession in decent field position again.
Yeah, nice job securing that punt. You don't really need to make anything crazy happen when your offense is moving the ball the way the Illinois State offense is doing. Just catch the ball, put your offense back on the field, and you have a good chance to go down and score again.
Take a look again. This is an Illinois State team, besides Annexstad, who's a veteran back there at quarterback, a young Illinois State offense. Annexstad to Sobkowitz. He just barrels ahead to about the 41-yard line, picked up 5 on the play.
Seen a lot of different formations by the Redbirds. There they had Cole Mueller split out wide, really spreading out this defense, and they'll pack it in. I like how they're mixing everything up here.
Annexstad has always had confidence, but he really looks confident here in the opening quarter of the season. Another flip-out pass to Sobkowitz, and he's across midfield and into Dayton territory for another Toyota first down.
Dayton's going to have to make a change. You're going to have to start pressing these wide receivers. If you keep giving them that much space, they're going to keep throwing the ball out to the perimeter, and they're going to keep running it. That's basically a running play. You just pitch and catch and let your receiver go one-on-one on the perimeter. Illinois State's doing a good job of figuring out how to get the ball to their playmakers.
Josh Anderson, a good-looking redshirt freshman from Cincinnati who's made a very good impression with the Dayton coaching staff, is down on the field right now. He got tangled up with Sobkowitz in making the tackle. And so we've got a timeout on the field while he gets tended to. So at the 4:02 mark of this opening quarter, Zach Annexstad of Illinois State is 11 of 12, Clay, for 131 yards, and that long touchdown pass to Sobkowitz. He has been very efficient in this first couple of drives.
What a start for him, and he's highly touted out of Minnesota, and he's really showed why he was such a big-time prize recruit.
And these two teams haven't played a whole lot. As you see Anderson there, number 3, coming off the field. It's just the second all-time meeting between the schools. You have to go back to 2014 for their previous meeting, a game here in Normal won by the Redbirds 56-14, and that defense of the Redbirds allowed only 138 yards in that game. But just the second all-time meeting between Dayton of the Pioneer Football League and Illinois State of the Missouri Valley. They're kind of brother-sister combination leagues, because the Pioneer League is run out of St. Louis, where the Valley office is. They kind of share, office staff.
Yeah.
So Anderson's off the field, and now a little trick play here. Casper's going to throw downfield, and there's a flag on the play. It's an incomplete pass, but it was the Redbirds wide receiver throwing to another wide receiver, as Eddie Casper got the flip and he threw downfield. The pass was intended for Sopkowitz.
Yeah, and actually a really good throw by Eddie Casper. The left-handed rolling left. He throws up a beautiful throw. It was hit him right in stride here. You see. Okay, Eddie Casper takes a reverse. It looks like a reverse. Defender's bearing down. He gets off a nice toss and gives his guy a chance to make the play. That was a makeable catch, and I think you got the interference call. What did we get here, Kurt?
Yeah, how about the left-handed toss from the wide receiver?
I hope he's left-handed. If he's a righty and he just did that, that'd be very impressive.
So indeed it is an interference call, so the Redbirds are going to have a first down. The ball's moved now all the way up to the Dayton 33-yard line, and on first down, the give is to Mueller, and he picks up about 3 before he's pushed back.
Not much space there to run for Mueller. Couldn't get ahead of steam going.
Mueller with a big freshman season for the Redbirds, and then last year in game 1 at Wisconsin, literally in the first quarter, a couple of plays into the game, broke his leg and was out for the year. So it's nice to see number 4 back out there. And as Broxback says, he makes our team different. That's what he said this week. Oh, shovel pass. Oh, and now the ball's on the turf, and it looks like a turnover, and Dayton's going to come away as they pick up a fumble. And there's the first turnover of the game, and it goes to the Flyers.
Camo Nelson got hit in a funny position. Nice little shovel pass to Camo Nelson. Takes the ball. He's got to keep it tucked up tight. Dayton knocks it out, recovers. Nice defensive play by Dayton. Yeah, turnovers, momentum swing. It's a chance for them. If they go down there and score, they'll be right back in this ball game that has seemed like Illinois State has dominated.
That's
but
Aiden.
If Dayton can go down and score, new ball game.
Aiden McKinley, weak side linebacker from Louisville, is the one that came up with that fumble recovery. So Dayton gets a stop after the Redbirds had marched down the field in their first 2 offensive possessions. So that's a positive sign for the Flyers. And they will take over at their own 22-yard line as we're at about the 3-minute mark left here in this opening quarter. Try a running play over the left side across the 25-yard line. Neal again getting the carry, and he's been the workhorse so far on the ground for Dayton, and that's what we expected. He's already got 5 carries for 23 yards.
Yeah, Dayton's going back hurry up again. He's found some success in that early in the game.
This time under center, which we don't see that often. Casciola's going to roll out and flip it out. The pass is caught, completed pass. Alec Keithley, tight end, makes that play, but he's short of a first down.
Yeah, Ty Niekamp had a nice tackle there, solid coverage to bring up, obviously, this third down.
Niekamp getting playing time. Cade Campos, one of the Redbird returning starters on the defensive side, had a season-ending injury in camp, a non-contact drill, and he tore an ACL, so he's out. And Niekamp, a redshirt freshman,
hate to hear that.
Making the play, and so he's going to get some playing time. Yeah, Campos having a season-ending injury before even the first game of the year. So it's 3rd and 3 now for the Flyers. Neal is spun around. He's going to be short of a first down. Redbirds appeared to be expecting that play.
Yeah, great blitz right into the run. Just perfect timing by the Redbirds defense right there.
Let's go score.
And now the punting unit will come out. So the Redbirds, Mark Cannon, came up to make that play for Illinois State. A sophomore from Skokie, cornerback. And here comes the punting unit on for the Flyers. So the Redbirds come away with another stop here defensively.
Big stop, Redbirds in defensive state to make sure that they're going to punt the ball and not try a fake here. To keep the defense on the field and just bring the punt returner, Casper, in, catch the punt.
High snap goes through the hands of Baker. And now he's going to have it inside the 5. The ball is still loose, and it looks like the Redbirds may have gotten it in the end zone. We'll see what that call is. There's a scramble inside the end zone. A couple of the Redbird players have their arms up, and it is a touchdown for the Redbirds. They've recovered the ball in the end zone.
Wow, just a high snap. Just a mistake by the center. High snap. Nothing the punter can do. He tries to scoop it up. Illinois State's all over. It looks like Josh Dinga. Is that Dinga? No, Dinga doesn't get it. just a mob of red all over that ball. Doesn't matter who has it. It's someone from the Illinois State Redbirds, and that's a touchdown.
They're going to give it to Lavoie's Deontay McCoy, who recovered the ball in the end zone. And so now the Redbirds have 2 touchdowns from their offensive side and now a special teams score.
I always remember Bill Belichick told me this the first day I signed with New England Patriots. To learn how to win, you got to first learn how not to lose. And that is a play that will lose you football games.
53 seconds to go, opening quarter. Illinois State 21 and Dayton nothing. That is part of the game. You can't make mistakes like that, certainly deep in your own territory.
I was surprised when Belichick said that first meeting. I'm expecting some profound statement of some X's and O's, what to do. And Belichick says to learn how to win, you got to first learn how not to lose. And you see that with turnovers, you see that with bad snaps, and that is a play that will lose you a football game. But it's a learning experience, and hopefully they'll go back, they'll correct that in practice, and not let it happen again.
Well, such an overlooked aspect of the game is special teams, and a play like that, can just absolutely crush you when it happens to you and fire you up when you come up with it.
Absolutely.
So the Redbirds have built up a 3-score advantage here in the opening quarter. And Wagner to kick it away, and all of his kicks have gone deep into the end zone without being returned.
He's got a boot, doesn't he?
He's got the leg. A lot of times it's just how accurate is it, but he can kick it, and he's going to do, at this point, all of the kicking. We expect to see him with the punts, the place kicking, and the kickoff duties, at least early on in the season for the Redbirds. Now, Dayton, a year ago, 8-3 in the Pioneer League, or 6-2 in the league, and 8-3 overall, and a terrific season. And a lot of the guys who could have graduated decided, you know what, we've got a new coach, we're coming off a good year, I think I'm going to come back for a 5th year or a 6th year. You look up and down their roster, they have a lot of grad school students that have said, we like the makeup of this team, we're going to come back and give it another run.
Very academic institution, guys that really love the game of football. They're coming back for their teammates, they're coming back to play football.
And they'll begin at their 25-yard line. Now we're seeing Cole Dow running the offense as he flips it out. So, again, as we mentioned, we thought we'd see both quarterbacks, and Dante Casiola had the signals called for the first 3 possessions of this game, and now the senior from Park Ridge, Cole Dow, playing in his home state, a Maine South grad. He played 5 games a year ago when Casiola was hurt, and now he's getting an opportunity to run the offense.
Yeah, nice catch by Gavin Lacow, his first catch of his career.
And he can run the football, and he's showing that off here. He's going to have a first down as he crossed the 35-yard line before Jacob Belize made the hit, but that's going to be a first down for the Flyers.
Yeah, nice play. You can see he's quick. He's got a little bit more athleticism than Casiola, and they're just trying to figure out if maybe he'll have a little bit more success than Casiola. Obviously, you're down 21-0. You're trying to look for something to get you some momentum going.
And that's the final play of the first quarter. Illinois State 21 and Dayton nothing in the season opener here at Hancock Stadium. It's Dayton here at Hancock Stadium. Kurt Pegler, Clay Harbor with you here for the season opener. You take a look at the numbers, they don't lie. The Redbirds dominated that first quarter.
They sure did. I think Tony Peterson has to be happy with how his offense handled this first game of the season so far, and there's much more time left to play.
And so Dayton starts the second quarter with the football, and again the quarterback is Cole Dow, and he's going to run around the right side and pick up a few. Again, he is an athletic quarterback who's not afraid to run the football, and they've got obviously these plays in the playbook for him to move it with his feet.
Yeah, quarterback sweep right there, using the extra blocker. When you run with the quarterback, you get an extra blocker now because you're not using the running back as the ball carrier. Now he becomes a blocker. It makes the math add up better.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Now he's going to throw, and it's incomplete. He threw the ball out in the flat there. That could have been a dangerous place. Bubonics was the player off his hands and incomplete. 2 Redbirds near him, though, on the coverage.
He was open. Some quarterbacks struggle when they're rolling across their body. He's rolling to the left there. Looked like he didn't get his shoulders completely turned to make the right throw right there. And you see it was just a little high and just off the fingertips of his wide receiver.
Dayton 1 of 5 on 3rd down here this afternoon, looking at 3rd and 4 from their 43-yard line. Pressure coming up the middle. Dow's got some time, though. Over the middle, the pass is caught right at midfield, and that will be a first down. It was Willits who makes his second catch of the afternoon, and a nice play for Dayton, and the Flyers have a first down.
Illinois State does what we call a cross-dog blitz, which means the two inside linebackers cross each other's paths as they blitz the middle, and neither of them got to the quarterback. If you don't get to the quarterback on a blitz, somebody's going to be open like he was. Good job by Dow right there finding the receiver.
First down now for the Flyers. Scrambling as Dowie's being chased. He gets to the sidelines, but boy, he took a nice hit there too. He's angled out of bounds after a big hit about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, it was a nice job of scrambling by Dow. He didn't see anybody open downfield, so he took off. I think he may be leaving a little bit early if he could just keep his eyes downfield. So I think that's something he may need to work on moving forward this season.
Jeff Bowens delivered the hit for Illinois State after a gain of 5. Dow with 6 carries for 46 yards. He's the leading rusher this afternoon here for the Flyers. This time it's Neal, and he's going to be close to a first down as he worked the left side.
Running just the old and trusty zone read play right there, and he's doing a good job of it. You got two weapons. Dow can move now. He's got that Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts type running ability, so he's a guy they're going to use that zone read with often.
He's just short of the first down, and in fact, they initially said he was short, but now the officials have said, no, that's a first down, so they're going to move the chains. It looked like it was going to be about 3rd down and a yard, but instead they're going to credit him with a first down.
Cole Dow, a local guy, went to Maine South. Probably has some family and friends here at the game.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
He was a dual threat quarterback in his high school days.
1st and 10 now from the 39. Redbird shows some pressure, and Dow somehow gets away, but he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It was Bowens again who came up to make the hit, but the pressure initially was coming in from Jalen Gaines.
Yeah, Jalen Gaines did a nice job of applying some pressure right here. You see him, he comes unblocked. They want the zone read to take care of him. He's got to do a better job of holding on to him right there and getting him down on his first attempt, though.
Good series for Jeff Bowens, the cornerback for Illinois State, in on a couple of tackles here on this drive. So it's a loss of 2 on the play, and on 2nd and 12, it's going to be Neal again. He dances around and then dives ahead before he's finally stopped by Amir Abdullah. Pick up of about 7. So they're still going to be looking at 3rd and probably 5 here. Got a whistle on the play. We might have an injured Redbird. Now they're going to say it's immediate timeout, so we will step away. 11:30 to go here in the second quarter, with Illinois State leading Dayton 21-0 here at Hancock Stadium.
Man,
My broadcast partner played at Missouri State from 2005 to 2009, calling our games here this season. How about that big fellow there, number 84 for the Bears, making a touchdown catch here, huh?
A little bit of a push-off right there. I kind of thought these would be in black and white, Kurt, to be honest. I'm surprised it's in color. I know these were on tapes back then. That was against the Redbirds.
Well, we're glad to have you part of our broadcast team here. He brings a lot of knowledge of the Missouri Valley Football Conference, a 9-year veteran in the National Football League. So nice to have you on. And yes, this guy doesn't like it when the tight ends are involved in the offense. So you'll hear it in his voice. It's 3rd and 6 now for Dayton from the 35 of Illinois State. And Dow again feels the pressure, steps in the pocket, gets close to the first down and dives across. He was met right at that first down marker, and he dives across, and he's going to have another one.
He may have had an open receiver downfield, but he took off. I mean, you can't argue with it. It's a 10-yard gain and a first down. But he really needs to keep his eyes downfield because I think he could have got more on the deep out route.
So Dow has done a nice job of moving the Flyers into Redbird territory, knocking on the door of the red zone at this point. Trying to get on the board for the first time here. Fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 28. It's Neal. He's working the left side. He gets to about the 25-yard line. A pickup of 3.
It's a nice job by the Illinois State defense. These guys have motors, man. Talking to Coach Spack, that's something he loves about this defense. They all play hard and to the whistle.
Gain of 3. 9 carries for 54 yards now in this opening half for Neal, who's going to get the call again, and again work that left side, and he'll be close to a first down, pick up about another 6, be real close to that first down. The Flyers will be looking at 3rd and short yardage if they don't give him a first down, and they've just now indicated that is another first down. So now for the first time, we've got Dayton inside that Illinois State red zone.
Yeah, they've been moving the ball pretty decent. It's really been the big mistakes that have cost them.
Mark it at the 17. 1st and 10 now for Dayton. Dow throws over the middle, incomplete. A crossing route there had a man open. The pass was intended for Brian Dolby, incomplete.
Yeah, it was a risky throw right there. Jeff Bowens was in the vicinity. I thought he might have a chance to intercept it at first. But nice job by Illinois State getting a little bit of pressure, not letting them feel too comfortable in that pocket.
See what kind of pressure the Redbirds might dial up defensively here on 2nd down. It's Neal. This time he's going to try the right side, but not much doing there. The Redbird defense kind of stretched that play out. He really didn't have any place to go.
Absolutely. When you're playing on your own line of scrimmage, it makes it really difficult for an offense, for a running back. The cutback lanes just disappear if you're playing on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage, and that is what the Illinois State Redbirds defense did on that play.
Greg Galloway, the nose tackle, saw him leave the field in on that tackle, kind of leading the charge there. So now it's 3rd and 10 now for Dayton. The Flyers 3 of 7 on 3rd down this afternoon. Their best field position of the afternoon. Dow with no place to go. He lost the football, picked it back up. He's being chased, stays on his feet, looks downfield, and he's just going to get to the sidelines, but he stays in bounds. I guess he did step out of bounds. Boy, he's very elusive.
You know who's not going to be really happy is Travis Niekamp about some of these missed tackles. You know, I came to camp. We saw them using tackling drill. Illinois State, if they wrap him up, they move him out of field goal position. Now the Dayton Flyers have a chance to get on the board with the field goal here.
So we'll see Sam Webster, who's been Mr. Automatic, an All-American kicker for Dayton.
He's a big boy.
And one of those grad school students who wanted to come back for another year of football. 13 of 17 a year ago. Left-footed kicker is going to kick that one off the post. It hit the goal post. Upright, knocked that one away. So the Redbirds dodge a bullet there.
Wow, that close.
Dayton marches downfield, but the field goal is no good as it goes off the upright. Sam Webster's kick no good, so the Redbirds maintain the shutout.
Special teams coach has got to be pretty unhappy right now. You got a snap over the head of the punter for a Redbird touchdown. Then you got a field goal by your typically automatic kicker that hits off the upright. Tough day for special teams of the Dayton Flyers.
Attempt from 39 yards out, Cleb. What'd you see here?
Snap and hold's good. It's just a kick. Just a kick.
So the Redbirds get the football back. Trying to move the ball on the ground here in the final 8 minutes, we're about midway through this second quarter. And the Redbirds, if you've just joined us, have really moved the ball through the air more than they have moved through the ground. We thought they might be pounding the rock on the ground, but that hasn't been the case.
We did. They came out slinging. You saw how Annexstad finished the season last year before his injury. He was on a roll. They used that momentum and brought it into today.
We saw Mason Blakemore, the transfer from Northern Illinois, on that previous carry. There's a catch by Jalen Carr, who makes the play, the slot receiver, with his first reception of the year.
Jalen Carr, wow, this guy's got some quicks. He's a former running back turned to wide receiver. The guy's tough to guard.
So it'll be 3rd and 3 again. Tempo offense, the Redbirds no huddle. And there's Blakemore, and he's got all kinds of grass. This is going to be a long touchdown run for Illinois State. Mason Blakemore, the transfer from Northern Illinois, comes in on this drive. He has a short carry on his first attempt and a long touchdown in a second.
Yeah, you see it here. It's just a typical zone read, and he doesn't get touched. He just turns on the boosters, and nobody's catching him. Coach has made it a point to talk about this kid and how special he is and how he's got 3 or 4 really good running backs. You just saw one of them right there.
Yeah, the Redbird running back room is very deep. They've said that Blakemore is a quote-unquote pleasant surprise was the term they used, and that was a surprising, maybe a surprise to nobody but this guy. He knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, that was nicely blocked, nicely designed, just a zone read. He broke one tackle and then was just off to the races. And he's got some speed. He's got another gear right there. I think he's going to pay dividends in the long run. And he's going to be a nice addition to obviously Cole Miller, Mueller, and Wink. Absolutely. They've been clicking on all cylinders on offense and defense. This is exactly what the Illinois State coaches wanted coming into the start of this season.
Ian Wagner's had a workout kicking the ball away here for Illinois State. For the first time, though, he's kicking towards the south end zone, and we actually going to have a return, which we've not seen yet. Ball is brought across the 15-yard line. Good special teams play. Illinois State's Jack Dwyer comes up to make the hit. That was Bubonics who brought it out, and so Dayton will have the ball about their 17-yard line for this possession.
That's a nice play. That's how a young guy gets on the field. He worked his way up through special teams. Before I ever stepped on the field in the Missouri Valley Conference, before all the all-conference, all-American, I was a special teams player. That's how you show the coaches you can get the job done on the field.
And now we're seeing Dante Cassiola back at quarterback for Dayton. Using a revolving door here. This is Neal. He's got a nice block ahead of him. Shakes one tackle out towards the 30-yard line. He'll have first down yardage here for the Flyers.
Yeah, a lot of space there. A lot of space there. They got to clean that up for the Redbirds, but a nice tackle there by Keandre Jackson.
13-yard pickup, the best run, longest run of the afternoon now for Neal. Again, he's the guy that has followed Jake Chisholm, who had all kinds of awards and accolades for Dayton, a 1,000-yard rusher, the leading rusher in the Pioneer League a year ago. Neal learned from him, and now it's his opportunity to shine. And he's going to get some work this year. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of work. He's going to get a lot of burn. That's why he came back for his graduate senior year, and he looks good so far.
Pickup of 3 on that carry, so it'll be 2nd and 7. Now Cassiola to the throw to the sidelines, and it's caught. Nice catch. That again will be first down yardage. He threw it to Joey Swanson. He's playing in his home state. He's a Grays Lake North grad, and Swanson with his first catch of the game and a first down for Dayton.
That was a nice toss. He threw that before the receiver was out of his break. That shows confidence. That shows arm strength.
Cassiola perfect in passing, 5 of 5 for 30 yards here this afternoon. He's going to try it again. If he can find a receiver, he's going to dump it off that time because he had nobody open. It's Keithley who makes his second catch of the game. He's across midfield to about the Illinois State 48.
Yep, he got that to his To his tight end. The tight ends are always open. When in doubt, throw it to your security blanket.
the Flyers have had some success just methodically moving down the field, but as you've mentioned before, Clay, they have one bad play and all of a sudden you're turning the ball over and you're kicking it away or something. Cassiola's going to flip it out this time. He's got a receiver and he's going to have first down yardage again. That's Brian Dolby who makes the play. Again, playing in his home state, the New Trier grad from Lake Forest. He is the grandson of Brian Pitlow, the former Chicago Bear.
Oh,
so,
wow.
How about that?
Using some tempo now. Nice little screen pass. Get him in rhythm. Nice run.
We approach the 5-minute mark left here in this second quarter. And on first down, the give is going to be to Neal. And he'll pick up a couple. 11 first downs now for Dayton. They actually have more first downs than Illinois State.
Illinois State just has more touchdowns. Kurt, they just big plays. That's why coaches love guys that can make big plays, guys that can score from anywhere on the field. Sometimes you win the first down battle. It's all about winning the touchdown battle.
Yeah, when you think about this, how about this statistic? Illinois State's time of possession, 5 minutes and 45 seconds, and they've got 28 points on the board.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Wow, what a stat right there.
Yeah, Dayton's had the ball for nearly 17 minutes and still looking for its first points of the game.
They've had decent drives.
We got a whistle here prior to the snap.
They're conversing around the ball now. Hey, Adam, can you hear me?
Need to make an adjustment again to the clock, put a few more seconds up here. Under 5 minutes to go here. Stick with us through halftime. We'll hear again from our sideline reporter, Jenna Rose. We've got a halftime feature for you, plus some statistics. Break down that opening half coming up on our halftime report. Neal bounces to the outside with nothing going. The Redbirds are not going to let him go anywhere. The voice Deontay McCoy was waiting for. Now we got some late flags are coming in here after the tackle.
Might be a face mask. Nice job at Illinois State by filling their gaps right there. The defense is swarming. One thing Brock's back said was everybody was going to play hard on this team.
You called that. So a face mask on the play is going to move the ball up and give Dayton another first down here. They're going to have that ball inside the Illinois State 20-yard line. It looks like right at the 20.
After the penalty, it'll be first and 10 for Dayton at the ISU 20-yard line.
All right, so for the second consecutive drive, Dayton has put itself in the Illinois State red zone. On first down, Cassiola. Caught from behind, an ankle tackle there. The Redbirds finally make a play there when they had an opportunity. Jacob Belize, the senior from Des Plaines, with a sack.
And they didn't blitz. You wondered if they'd be able to get pressure with the graduation of Zeke Vandenberg, right? The Buck Buchanan winner. Now you look here. He supplies pressure. Nice move. Yeah, that's a great move right there. 49, getting some pressure. You need to be able to replace such a good player like Zeke Vandenberg.
Dayton's mobility at quarterback has led them to be able to get away from some of those tackles, but the Redbirds finally get an ankle tackle there and a sack, and it's a loss of 3. And Neal's going to get the carry this time, and he's not going anywhere. The Redbirds were waiting for him, and they got him stacked up, so it'll be third down again for Dayton.
Yeah, it was a nice play. Gang tackle right there. This defense plays hard, and they play fast.
And McCoy and Belize in on that play. Been a good game so far for the voice Deontay McCoy. Recovered a fumble in the end zone for a touchdown. Made a couple of nice stops here. As we approach the 3-minute mark left in this opening half, it's 3rd and 13 now for Dayton from the Illinois State 23-yard line. This is Dow back in as quarterback, and he's going to flip it out. The catch is made by Bubonics, but he's hit right away. It's McCoy again who makes the stop, and it's going to be 4th down for Dayton.
McCoy made him pay for that. The Redbird defense just kind of played a soft zone, let everything in front of them, and they came up and made the play, and that was a heck of a hit by McCoy.
So on 4th down, Webster's going to come out again and attempt a field goal. His last attempt was off the upright. This will be a 32-yard attempt. The last one was from 37. And we've got a whistle right before the snap, so this one's going to go again. He hit that upright again.
Wow.
What are the odds? He hit that upright again. Now he's going to get another opportunity here. But he hit the same upright.
I'd argue that might have been the same spot on the same upright.
I'm not sure you could do that if you tried to do that. If you said, let's. I mean, that's like a golf trick shot there. Can you hit the upright a couple of times?
You could sit here all day kicking and trying to do that, and it's not going to happen.
All right, so they're going to move the ball back 5 yards and give him another opportunity to see if Webster can cash in on one of these here. And that one is through. No, they're going to say it's not. That one, he missed that one too. So Webster is now 0 for 2, a guy who was 13 of 17 a year ago. And again, the Flyers are turned away, and a guy who's been pretty much Mr. Automatic has struggled to boot the ball through. 2:12 to play, and the Redbirds have a 28-0 advantage.
Travis Niekamp and the Illinois State defense shutout is still in play. It looks like he was a little bit off right there. It just didn't seem like he was in rhythm, and he almost hit the post again, Kurt. He was a foot away from the post.
Well, he's been accurate in the neighborhood of the upright, but he's, a guy that they have no doubt who the kicker is going to be. And to see him struggle with his 3 attempts, I'm sure the Dayton sideline is like, this is not our guy. But it's just one of those days for the Flyers. So the Redbirds now in a 2-minute drill, under 2 minutes to go. And Annexstad still at quarterback, and he's going to flip it out. He's got his man, and the pass is caught. So the Redbirds are trying to move the field up here. Brett Spalding with his first catch of the season. First catch actually in a couple of years. He was catchless 1 year ago. And so that's going to bring up 3rd and 6 now for the Redbirds.
Yeah, they got to get moving downfield a little bit quicker here, Kurt.
Annexstad over the middle. This is Sopkowitz. He makes the play, and he's got a first down.
Dayton popped a deep cover 2, and the way to beat the cover 2 is to throw the ball in the middle of the field, and that's what they did. Nice pass, nice catch.
Good opening half for Daniel Sopkowitz. That's his 6th catch. He's got 78 yards receiving, and of course the long touchdown. And flip it out incomplete. Winker's right, the intended receiver. Incomplete.
And we're inside 2 minutes of the half, so the new rule states that the clock won't stop on first downs unless we're within 2 minutes of the half at the end of the game. So the clock will stop on first downs.
2nd and 10. And the give is up the middle to Winker's right. And Winker's right is on his way to the end zone. And he's caught from behind. That's a tackle that saved a touchdown. Otherwise, it was going to be another long scoring play for the Redbirds.
Winker's right shot out of there like a cannon. They got some running backs now. They got a stable of them. Let's see here. He just goes one arm tackle, and he's just off to the races. Just great job by the Illinois State offensive line. They got some veterans up there, some upperclassmen that are getting the job done.
Michael Franks with a touchdown-saving tackle for the Flyers. Annexstad to the end zone. Incomplete. Good coverage on the play from Jeremy Genazzo. Sophomore cornerback knocked that one down for the Flyers.
Yeah, nice coverage by Genazzo. That was just one-on-one, a ball up in the air for a 6'3 receiver. I mean, that's Daniel Sopkowitz's his zone right here. You see the ball. He put it up high where he wanted it, and that's just a heck of a play by the defender. Nice job.
2nd and 10. Annexstad's pass is incomplete. A crossing route again intended for Sopkowitz. And now the Redbirds will face 3rd down.
It's one of the first passes from Zach that you really see that was off target. You know, he could have had a chance to fit it in there, but he just threw it a little bit high. But throughout the game, he's done a good job of targeting his throws.
Redbirds looking at 3rd down, and that has not been the case much of this opening half. Annexstad again. End zone, has a man in and out of the hands, again, of Daniel Sobkowitz. So he targets Sobkowitz on all 3 passes on that series, on that set of downs. And the Redbirds are going to bring the field goal unit on.
Nice route by Sobkowitz. He took the air out of the defense in a nice fade route. You see here, nice ball by Annexstad. He throws it up right in the hands. He just can't come down with it. Nice play by Dayton.
So Ian Wagner out now for a 28-yard field goal attempt with under a half a minute to go here in this second quarter. And he drills it right through. Now we got a flag that comes in late here on the play. Let's see what the penalty marker is.
0.
So the Redbirds get 3 on the drive. They're probably disappointed that they didn't get 7, especially because Winkers Wright was inches away from breaking that tackle for a touchdown. Let's see what the penalty indicator is for.
There was a penalty flag after the flag.
I believe it's on Dayton because it looks like they're going to just take the 3 points.
Man, Winkers Wright's going to have a nightmare about that one tonight. He saw nothing but green and red in front of him.
All right, so the penalty is after the point after, so keep 3 points on the board, and the Redbirds will kick it away to end this opening half. Coming up at halftime, we mic'd up Josh Dinga, the fine Illinois State defensive lineman. Kind of a fun piece with him. Share that with you, our first half stats. We'll look around the league and the Missouri Valley Football Conference in this opening week of action. We'll hear from Jenna Rose, our sideline reporter. That's all coming up at the half, so stay tuned. We're 25 seconds away from it. 31-0 Illinois State. It has been all Illinois State. Now Dayton's had some opportunities, twice in the Illinois State red zone. A couple of field goal attempts missed, and certainly a costly turnover on a bad snap on a punt, which wound up in the end zone that Illinois State recovered. And so Dayton has had a couple of things that they can hang their hat on, but it's just been a rough opening quarter, opening 2 quarters for them.
The small mistakes, that's what adds up, and that's what coach is going to be telling them about. The small things matter. They've had a decent job moving the ball. They've had a decent job with time and possession, but they're just making too many big mistakes.
And Wagner is going to kick a low line drive this time, and it's caught by one of the up men. That was Luke Hansen. He's a freshman running back who makes the play there on special teams. Decent field position, but not much time here. 20 seconds remain in the half for Dayton.
You have to take a couple shots. Remember, the clock does stop on first downs here, but great field position.
Right up near midfield. And a good look at Keandre Jackson, strong safety of Illinois State, named the defensive captain of this team. So far pitching a shutout for Illinois State in the season opener here, first half at Hancock Stadium. This is Dow throwing over the middle. The ball was tipped and incomplete.
Illinois State is not letting anybody behind them there. Deep coverage. You got 3 safeties deep.
Well, at this point, you know that Illinois State defense is thinking one thing: shut out, shut out,
Yeah.
right? I mean, so they certainly don't want a scenario where they give up something late in the half.
No, they want to keep that goose egg.
Second down now from the Dayton 48-yard line. Cole Dow, senior quarterback from Ark Ridge, throws this one to the sidelines, and that's incomplete. He was trying to connect on the play with Willits, and that'll bring up third down. We will hear from Brock Spack as he leaves the field. Jenna Rose, our sideline reporter, is standing by to get a couple of comments with the Illinois State head coach on how this first half played out. No doubt he's happy with what he's seen, but I'm I'm sure there's a couple of things that he'll point out, as all head coaches do, where the Redbirds can improve.
They always find something.
On third down, the give is to Neal. He's going to dive forward, be short of the first down. The ball came out, but it was after the whistle, and that's going to be the final play of this opening half. A good start to the season for the Illinois State Redbirds. 30 minutes in the books, and the Redbirds have 31 points. They head to the locker room at halftime with a 31-0 lead on the visiting Dayton Flyers.
Spectacular first half. Last season, the Redbirds averaged a hair over 17 points a game, 31 on the board now. What impressed you the most?
Our pace offensively, we were very efficient. Zach did a good job spreading the ball around on the perimeter. We were explosive. We had 2 long runs and a long throw for a touchdown. So much more explosive. We had 1 turnover. That's probably the only negative thing I could think about right now. But yeah, it's what we thought. We was hoping for, and so far so good.
And how do you build on this momentum heading into the second half?
Well, we got a lot to do. We're not tackling particularly well on defense right now. We're getting a lot of leaky yardage. We're stuck on blocks. It's typical of a young defense, particularly up front. We're not finishing plays, so we have to do a better job in the second half.
Well, spectacular showing here to get things started for the home opener. Coach, thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
All right, now we'll be sending things over to Josh Dinga as we view our Redbirds mic'd up.
Coach, can I get a company yeehaw for the mic'd up? Can I get a company yeehaw for the mic'd up? There it is. Anyone tell you look great in those pants?
You look great in those pants.
No, you look great. I'm faster than 0. Hey, my mic'd up is going to be way better than your mic'd up.
We gonna see.
Hey, Mark's got some pressure on there. Mark got a lot of pressure on it. Hey, bro, how you wearing this right now?
Water boy.
I can see your sweat. You're sweating through it.
Yeah, bro, but I'm not hot though for real.
You're sweating.
I'm not hot though. Dude, we understand. You've been in the league for what, maybe 30 plus years? It's all good, dude. It's all good.
So sorry for whoever reviews this. There's a lot of heavy breathing here. Hey, see, this is what happens when you mic up a D-line.
No. Hey, no.
Or just a fat guy.
Can we get...
I'm sick and tired of everyone calling me old, dude.
That guy's filming you, bro.
I know.
I'm knocking off.
Hey, I'm mic'd up. You got anything to say?
Bro.
Ken Dog.
Hey, man, this dude's been here for probably like 10 years.
Give or take.
Hey, but the most sneaky productive guy I've ever seen on film.
Hey, Dingo, we still getting those pedicures later?
Yeah.
Bet.
On you?
It's your turn, because this is the 30th time we went, so we flip-flop.
29th.
Best water, no.
Dude, I always tell them that. Like, this is like perfect temperature. I'm not getting a brain freeze, but it's refreshing.
Best water in the country.
Best water in the nation.
How much you pay them to be mic'd up?
Not enough. Ivan, just the other morning I was having breakfast at my buddy Siegel's house, and his mama brought out 15 flapjacks. I said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks because I'm hungry for the Crimson Tide. Bingo. That's a wrap.
Illinois State 31, Dayton nothing in the season opener. Kurt Pegler, Clay Harbor, Jenna Rose with you here for the season opener. Let's take a look at the plays which shaped the opening half. The Redbirds came out throwing the football. That tempo offense was very efficient in the first quarter. Zach Anistad leading a couple of scoring drives. The Redbirds really came out and sent a message early.
Yeah. This is Cole Miller at his finest here. Cole Miller is just doing a great job breaking tackles. And right here, he gets in the end zone. You'd love to see that. The guy coming back off an injury gets in the end zone.
Well, and we mentioned that the Redbirds, we thought we were going to move the football on the ground. They did an excellent job of passing through the air. Dayton did a nice job, too, initially getting downfield, but it's been 1 or 2 plays that have really shipwrecked their efforts here this afternoon.
Absolutely. It's a big plays. Illinois State making big plays and Dayton making big mistakes.
And again, the Flyers have switched out quarterbacks. They've had both Dante Cassiola and Cole Dow in the game there. That was a near interception in and out of the hands of Keandre Jackson, and the Redbirds again with Annexstad going deep. Daniel Sopkowitz on this 47-yard touchdown play, maybe the top play of the game. And that, again, was set up by the Redbirds having that tempo offense and being able to move the football.
Absolutely. What a catch and what a throw. Both players right there just doing an excellent job. That's a professional catch and a professional throw right there, Kirk. I'm saying that's something you see on Sundays.
Here's the turnover that the Redbirds, the first turnover of the season, a fumble recovered by the Flyers defense. But when the Redbirds had an opportunity here, they're going to get an interference call, which is going to move the ball down deep into Dayton territory. And then when Dayton had to punt the ball away, all of a sudden they're in a situation where a bad snap led to a special teams score for the Redbirds. So Illinois State has scored on both the offensive end and the special teams, and that's the reason why it's a 31-0
Very balanced
lead right now. Take a look at those numbers again. The numbers don't lie. There's certainly not 3,111 yards.
That's some kind of record, Kirk.
That would be an incredible record for Illinois State, but 305 total yards for the Redbird offense in that opening half against Dayton.
It's a heck of a start. Brocksback has got to be pretty impressed the way his offense and his defense has played, and got to see some of the young guys out there, some of the newcomers, but some of the old faces. Zach Annexstad has done a great job of throwing the ball around, and Cole Mueller's done a good job of running it.
Again, 11 yards per play on that. We will step aside. Our halftime report continues. It's 31-0 in favor of Illinois State over Dayton. Eastland at firststatebank.biz, member FDIC. Let's take a look around the Missouri Valley Football Conference. Week number 1 of the season. Again, the conference season has yet to start, but you're looking at some of the non-conference games. Iowa State leads Northern Iowa in the second quarter 14-0. Eastern Illinois has a 27-0. That's now a final. It's beaten Indiana State 27-0. Valpo falling to Youngstown State, so the Penguins with a week 1 win, 52-0. Missouri all over South Dakota 35-10. And Kansas with a 48-17 win over the Missouri State Bears. And here Illinois State has a 31-0 lead on Dayton. Early season games, coaches are going to be looking at all kinds of game film and trying to break things down on the first weekend of the season. We'll take a look at the quarterback comparison so far in this game. Now, we mentioned that there have been a couple of quarterbacks that have played for Dayton in both Cassiola and Dow, but Zach Annexstad has been the lone man for Illinois State. 16 of 21 for 163 yards, 76% completion percentage in that first half. That's impressive.
Very impressive. He's been efficient. He's been moving around in the pocket well, but also with that comes a great job by this offensive line. They've done a good job of keeping them clean. The receivers have done a good job of getting open. I'm really impressed with Daniel Sopkowitz. He's got 6 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown. He did have a chance to come down with that touchdown in the end zone. And Eddie Casper, he's shown that he can be a guy that catches a screen, gets some tough yards, and is a guy that's going to fight for every single yard he gets. So I like what those two guys have shown me.
31-0. Illinois State leads Dayton from Hancock Stadium. Glad you're alongside here on Marquee Sports, our Redbird production crew, bringing you the sights and sounds of the season opener. So far, so good for Illinois State. 31-0. The Redbirds lead the Dayton Flyers as we begin the second half of action. Redbirds to kick it away. This is Ian Wagner with a low kick. It is scooped up, brought out by Brenner. And so Dayton will have the first possession of the second half, and we'll see if the Redbirds, when they are on offense, will they change quarterbacks? So how many players are we going to see, and that kind of thing as we enter the second half.
I think you want to give them a chance to take these players into halftime just to give them that feel coming back, to know how it feels to come back at halftime, to take the field, to get into the second half flow of the game. It's all different. It changes year by year, and I would love to see the starters play at least into the third.
This is Neal on his first carry of the second half. It's Cassiola that comes back out to run the offensive quarterback for Dayton. And Neal, after 11 carries for 43 yards, in the first half, gets the first carry of the second half. They're going to give him a gain of 2 on the play.
Amir Abdullah was in there on the stop, and Illinois State defense picked it up right where they left off. Nice swarming tackle.
Neal again. He runs right in the heart of that Redbird defense. Stacked up there, Ty Niekamp and others in on that play. And again, the Flyers will face 3rd and long.
The Flyers aren't changing the game plan. They're not coming out, slinging the ball all around the field, thinking we're down 30, we got to get it all back. They're still running the football. They're sticking to their game plan. They're going to see if they can just get some positive plays and put those in a row and to see what happens.
Dayton, 3 of 10 on 3rd down in the opening half. The first 3rd down crack at it here in the second half. The ball is batted down, incomplete pass. It looked like it was Jalen Gaines who got his big hand up there to bat it away.
Yeah, Jalen Gaines, Chicago product. A great play by him, getting his hands up and batting that pass down. If you can't get pressure, make sure to get your hands up and make it a tougher throw for the quarterback.
Good sequence for that Redbird defense. And special teams on the field. Brock Spack said as he left the field, told Generose he was happy with that first half, but he thought the defense left a lot of tackles out there. You'd mentioned that there was some open field tackles that could have been made, so they got to be happy with that first sequence in the defense. Baker gets the kick off. It's Casper back to take it for Illinois State. He'll fill it as 36. Excellent coverage by Dayton special teams unit out there, making a nice play. Brian Dolby coming to make the play with an open field tackle.
Nice catch by Casper. Didn't have much space. I thought maybe he should have thrown up the fair catch, but he wanted to make something happen. He already has 5 catches. He was going for more.
We do have a member of the Dayton Flyers special teams unit down. We'll step aside here. We're just underway 3rd quarter. The Redbirds have a 31-0 lead over Dayton. One snapper, Dayton's Austin Yeager helped off the field. And so we're ready to resume play. Illinois State will have its first possession of this 3rd quarter at its own 35-yard line. And Zach Annexted is back under center for the Redbirds. He throws it downfield, has a man open. It's Casper who comes back to get the ball on a nice catch, and he's inside the 40-yard line after a big play, and the Redbirds strike early here.
Nice little corner route by Casper right there, getting open. This guy can get open. He's got a good feel out there. He's quick. He's not fast. He's quick, and Annexstad's looking for him.
Eddie Casper has been targeted. That's his 7th catch of the afternoon. And a first down, a Toyota first down for the Redbirds. And Annexstad goes to Cam Grandy that time as he flipped it out to the sideline for another completion.
Get the ball to the big fella, the tight end on the sidelines. It's a nice play. We call that a hole shot. Right in between the cornerback and the safety and a cover 2 look. What a nice throw. What a nice catch.
Another Toyota first down for the Redbirds. So a 28-yard play to Casper, a 14-yard play to Grandy. And the Redbirds suddenly find themselves at the 20-yard line. This is Cole Mueller up the middle on a carry inside the 20 now. And this is reminiscent of the way the Redbirds started the game. A couple of quick hits, and all of a sudden they're in the red zone.
That old line's just getting some push. Man, I wouldn't mind running behind that offensive line, and you got some extra pads in there. That looks like fun to me. They're getting some push. They're opening up holes, doing a good job of playing on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Kobe Rios, Peter Desone there. Desone the center. Annexstad rolls out, throws towards the end zone. Just couldn't quite connect with Sopkowitz. It's incomplete.
That's a nice pass, roll out to the left. That's a tough throw. He still put it to a place where only his receiver can catch the ball. He's rolling out against his body. Pressure's bearing down. It's a catchable ball. It hits your hands, you got to catch it. My coach always used to say, it hits your hands, you got to make the catch. That's a tough one, but that's the rule.
Sopkowitz has now been targeted 10 times this afternoon. He's got 6 catches for 90 yards. A good first game for him. 3rd down and 5 now for the Redbirds. Annexstad pressured, and he's going down. A blitz came from the outside, and coming up to make the play, that's Nate Arthur. He's the senior linebacker, outstanding player out of Cincinnati, and a big sack, the first one of the game for the Flyers defense.
It looks like they just missed him. He was just not in the count. It was a blitz, and they just failed to pick him up right there.
And so the Redbirds send out Ian Wagner, who banged a field goal at the end of the opening half. And now an opportunity to add to that Redbird lead with a field goal attempt here in the opening minutes of the second half. This is going to be from 43 yards out. He has the leg. Is it accurate? It is.
That looked like it could have been good from 53, Kurt.
Yeah, he's got a weapon there with that leg, and he bangs it through. And so the Redbirds have extended their lead. They now have a 34-0 lead on Dayton here in the season opener in Normal, Illinois.
There's a long list of Redbirds alumni that have made their way to the National Football League, and one of the more recent ones to sign on the dotted line has been tight end Tanner Tala. Tala recently joining the practice squad for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, when Tala looked back on his career here with the Redbirds, he said it was the physicality and the buy-in that has allowed him to progress when it comes to intentional improvement. And we can see that the future is pretty bright here for the Redbirds, given that the Steelers and the Browns have visited during practice last week. And of course, with the first half like what we saw previously, it comes to no surprise. Kurt?
34-0 Illinois State, the lead here. Yeah, the Redbirds have had a lot of success with scouts coming in and 4 or 5 guys getting in the NFL. And, you know, the story with Tanner Tala is interesting. He and Bryson Deming were both 6-year guys at the tight end's position last year. So when graduation day comes, Illinois State loses 2 tight ends with 12 years experience. That's almost impossible to believe.
I'm going to go back and check the stats, Kurt, but I don't know if that's ever happened before.
And they bring in Cam Grandy, who's a transfer, and he's in his 6th year. So the Redbirds have had some veteran guys in that position, but they have 2 guys with a combined 12 years experience. That just doesn't happen, but that's in the COVID era and with the pandemic and the extra year that players had. And it's just one of those things, but you're right. We're probably not going to see that again where one position has 12 years experience walk away on graduation day.
That's really impressive.
Michael Neal, again with the carry and the short gain for Dayton as the Flyers begin this possession. He's got 15 carries now on the game for 49 yards. He's really had to work hard to get those yards. They've not come easy, as long on the afternoon is a 13-yard carry in the second quarter. He's going to try it again, change direction. That was an excellent move, and he angles towards the 30-yard line before Jeff Bowens comes up to push him out of bounds.
Greg Whalen's really sticking to his game plan, using a lot of zone read there. That was a nice bounce by Neal there. I think he's got to kind of keep that one more up the middle, but you got to go with your instincts, and they told him to bounce it out right there. Let's see what they do on third.
3rd and 5 for the Flyers, who are 3 of 11 this afternoon on 3rd down attempts. Cassiola to pass. He's got some time. He doesn't have a receiver, and again the Redbirds bat that one down. Josh Dinga this time gets his hand to bat that one away. So the Redbirds have had a couple of deflected passes here in consecutive drives by the Dayton offense, and it'll be the special teams unit coming on the field now.
Nice game so far by Josh Dinga. He's one of those guys who needed to step up with Zeke Vandenberg's departure, and he showed up today.
And again, it'll be Baker back to punt now for Dayton, and the return man for Illinois State is Eddie Casper. Casper's had a really busy afternoon. It's a shorter kick, and Casper's waving for a fair catch. He's going to bounce it about the 43-yard line and take a nice Dayton roll inside the 35. It's down at the 34. 9:59 to go here, third quarter. Illinois State with a 34-point lead over Dayton. $9:59 to go here, third quarter. Illinois State with the football and a 34-0 advantage here on opening day. Kurt Pegler, Clay Harbor, Jenna Rose with you at Hancock Stadium. College football is back. A beautiful afternoon in Central Illinois to kick off the season, and all is well right now for the Redbirds as they're nursing a 34-point advantage, and Zach Annexted is back to run the offense for the Redbirds. He gives it to Blakemore, who had a long touchdown run in that second quarter. And the Redbirds have been able to move their running backs in and out of this one with Blake Moore seeing action. Wankers right with a big run, and of course we've got a touchdown from Cole Mueller in the game, early in the game.
Yep.
Got a Redbird down, however, here right at the line of scrimmage. And this is the kind of game early on in the season. If you're Illinois State, you kind of hope that you have a lead so that you can start playing some of these guys that the coaching staff thinks can play and needs to get them in a game.
Absolutely. This is how guys make a name for themselves. You got to start somewhere. When you get an opportunity to go in the field, even if it is in the second half of a blowout, you show the coaches you can play, you build that trust, and then they put you in the higher leverage situations in the game, and that's how it starts. I know for me, as a player at Missouri State, I started playing in the third, fourth quarters of blowouts, showed that I could do it, started having success, and I built my way up to being a starter, and then the rest happened from there.
Redbirds are going to hit the road the next couple of weeks. They've got a September 9th game next week at Western, and then on the other side of the state against Eastern on the 16th before returning home here on the 23rd to play Lindenwood. That's the next 3 games for the Redbirds, and right now Illinois State tight end Brett Spalding is being helped off the field. He was the injured Redbird on the play, and so he heads to the sideline and has a catch in this game, but he'll head off, and the Redbirds come back on the field now. It's 2nd and 8 from their 36-yard line. You see Dayton's schedule coming up as well. And this time the pass goes to Javon Charles, the tight end who just literally came in the game to replace Spalding. He gets his first action and his first catch of the game, and the Redbirds quickly to the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 3. And that no huddle, that tempo offense. This is Blake Moore. He's going to be stopped short, however, of the first down. So the Dayton defense comes up with a stop here on him. Coming up to make the play, Cole Hildebrand, who's the preseason all-conference free safety. And so the Redbirds are looking at 4th and 2. Now you got a decision here. You going to go for it on 4th down?
I think he's going to punt it. I think at this point in the game, no reason risking it. Switching the momentum around. Punt the ball. Your defense hasn't given up anything all day. Punt the football.
And Zach Annexstad coming off the field. He looks a little animated. I think he really, really wanted a crack at going for it on 4th down. The Redbird senior quarterback is not happy with this decision to bring the special teams unit out.
Yep, he wanted to go for that one. He knows his time is probably limited. This might be one of his last drives. He wanted a chance to go for that one.
First punt of the afternoon for Ian Wagner here midway through this 3rd quarter. In fact, now we've got a penalty on the play that's going to mark the ball even further back for the Redbirds, so it's no longer a 4th and 2. It's going to be 4th and 7. And a delay here, so back to receive is Bubonic. So this is our first opportunity to see Wagner in a punter's role. Oh, man, he hit a good one, and Bubonic makes a fair catch at the 19-yard line.
Nice punt. It's always good to get the punt team some work. I know the special teams coach, you work all offseason, you work in training camp, you work during practice, and you want to get on the field, and you know you're going to eventually need to use your punt team, so it's good to get them some work, put it on tape, and improve there.
So at the 8:17 mark here of the 3rd quarter, each team has had a possession here in the 3rd and had to kick it away. And again, on that rotating quarterback scenario, again, we're going to see Cole Dow come in here and run the offense for Dayton. He hands to Neal, who gets across the 20. He's going to pick up a few more. Again, hard yards for the running back.
Yeah, outside zone there. They're trying to still keep the ball on the ground and see what they got in the run game.
Michael Neal, 17 carries now for 55 yards. He's really had to work hard. The Redbirds have bottled him up for the most part outside of a 13-yard run.
Tomorrow.
2nd and 7 after the 3-yard gain. Dow looks to the sidelines, has a receiver, and that's caught for first down yardage. And turning it upfield is Joey Swanson. And so a first down for the Flyers.
Grays Lake, Illinois alumni. So this guy's probably got some family at the game. Nice for him to get a catch. It was a nice pitch, nice catch by both players. You see here, the ball's in the air before he turns around. That's why I call that a professional throw and a professional catch. Anticipation.
Neal's not going anywhere. Redbirds again coming up and making the play. They have made life difficult for him, and Nick Kessler, we've called his name a couple of times, comes up to make the stop.
Yeah, it's a nice play. There was no space up there. Once again, Illinois State playing on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. It makes life extremely difficult when you do that. The running lanes close up fast.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 now for the Dayton offense, which has 149 yards of total offense here in the game. And they're going to flip it out on a kind of a wide receiver screen there. We get the receivers. That was Brian Dolby who made the catch. He kind of slipped out of a tackle, but his knee hit the ground, so they blow the whistle, and the play is dead after a very short gain, if any. It's just marked right about the line of scrimmage, so it doesn't appear that they're even going to give him any yardage gain on the play. In fact, he may have even lost about half a yard, so it'll be 3rd, and we'll call it 11 for the Flyers offense.
Defensive coordinator Travis Niekamp is going to have some tackling drills next week in practice.
Third and 11 for the Flyers. Dow's going to roll out and flip it out, and the pass is caught, but it's going to be well short of the first down. In fact, it's only going to be about a 2-yard gain on the play. That's Dolby again that makes the catch. He was on one sideline for one play, on the other sideline for another. Yeah. And back to the punting unit now for the Flyers.
Let's see if we can get Eddie Casper a little space. He's had a great job with 5 catches so far today. Let's see if we can get him a couple return yards too.
Yeah, he's 6 catches for 73 yards, and you're right. He's had a busy afternoon back in the punt return area. This is a short kick. It's going to, again, take a Dayton bounce, and it's down about the 36-yard line, so Casper didn't even get an opportunity to return that one. But pretty decent field position for the Redbirds to start this drive here. They've got a 34-0 lead with 5:06 left here in the third quarter. Take a look, if we can, at the Missouri Valley Conference preseason poll. As play, as mentioned, offense considered the top FCS league in the country. South Dakota State, your defending national champs. North Dakota State, the runner-up from a year ago. Northern Iowa, SIU, North Dakota. The Redbirds picked in the preseason poll at 6th. We'll see how many of those teams, how that shakes out, how many of those teams make the postseason. I mean, that is a playoff-loaded conference for sure.
It's like the SEC of the FBS. Tough conference.
On first down, Annexstad's pass is caught right at midfield, right at the first down marker, and that's going to be another Toyota first down for the Redbirds.
Annexstad is looking good. He's just anticipating his throws, the velocity on his throws. He's in rhythm. Everything looks good. I've been very impressed by this kid. This kid looks like one of the quarterbacks I used to play with on Sundays, not Saturdays right now.
Ishan Stewart, his first catch of the year. This is Wenker's right on the carry, and he bursts through the line of scrimmage and picks up about 7. And so this is Wenker's right in his opportunity. We may not see much of Cole Mueller the rest of the afternoon. The Redbirds, I think, are content on moving the football around to some other running backs.
I wouldn't let Wenker's right get some burn here. Big year for him last year. Took over for Cole Mueller.
He gets the carry again and picks up another 1 or 2 yards. He'll be short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and short for Illinois State. Yeah, Wright came in after the injury to Mueller. He had 3 100-yard rushing games a year ago. Kind of proved that he could be the man, and that's why the Redbirds are so excited about their running back room. They've added a transfer in Blake Moore, and they've got Mueller and Wenker's right both healthy. I mean, this is a really good running back unit for Illinois State.
He's got a stable of them.
3rd and 3. Annexstad's pass is caught by Jalen Carr right at the sticks. He's going to have a first down, another Toyota first down for Illinois State.
Just a nice, quick pass. by Annexstad. This kid's just very impressive. I like what I've seen. You saw what happened in conference play last year when he was healthy before his injury. He started to get some momentum going. This kid can play.
All kinds of time for Annexstad. He flips it out. It's Carr again who makes the play, and he's pushed out of bounds after his second consecutive catch. He's inside the 15-yard line, and Carr, who's got that Florida speed, as he likes to say, have the Redbirds now in good position again.
He was an all-state track athlete in the 100 and the 200-meter dash, and he was a former running back with over 1,000 yards in high school. This guy can just straight up run.
His third straight catch. He's getting wore out on this drive. We've got a late flag that came in. It may have been a hit out of bounds.
Yeah, you can't tackle him out of bounds. It's a point of emphasis for these guys.
Knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Penalty flag after the play.
Carr with his fourth catch of the afternoon and his third in concession.
He's quick. He's quick. I think the wide receiver core complements each other well here for Illinois State.
So the personal foul on Dayton moves that ball now inside the 5-yard line. They're going to spot the ball at the 4, so it's first and goal for the Redbirds at the Dayton 4. Annexstad floats it out. Ishan Stewart in and out of his hands, incomplete. It'll be second down.
These are some nice throws, Kurt. He's putting them in a perfect spot. You cannot place it any better. All of these goal line fades that he's thrown have been perfect passes that the receivers just haven't came down with them. Dayton has made nice plays. You see here, takes the ball, 3-step drop. Oh, this is the play from before, getting it to Carr. You see Carr's speed and elusiveness to get down the field there.
Second and goal now from the 4-yard line. Redbirds have Winkers right in the backfield. He gets the carry, and he's still on his feet close to the goal line. Keep moving the pile. And now the indication is touchdown Illinois State.
What a nice play by Winkers right. This Illinois State running back room is loaded. Not only do you have Cole Mueller, you have Winkers right.
Well, Wright had that 48-yard run in the first half, which could have resulted in a touchdown. He was caught from behind and denied a touchdown. But in this opportunity, he got a chance, got his number called, and gets the 4-yard score. The point after is good, and the Redbirds have tacked on 7 more points and now have a 41-0 lead after the Winkers Wright 4-yard touchdown caps an 8-play, 60-yard drive. Illinois State in control of this one, 41-0. They lead the Dayton Flyers in the season opener.
Nice second effort by Wright, getting the ball in the end zone. Probably going to see some young guys now, Kurt.
Big smile on Winkers Wright. Sophomore from Floyd's Knobs, Indiana. And a nice opening day for him. And he's sitting on 59 yards rushing. Again, his big carry of 48 yards, the bulk of that. But when you take a look at what the Redbirds have done here, Clay, a 75-yard effort from Blake Moore, a 59-yard effort from Wright, and Cole Mueller was effective with 4 carries for 27 yards early in the game. So if the Redbirds wanted to establish the run, they certainly have done that.
Yeah.
Now the Redbirds have had a red-hot start for season openers under Brock Spack, 13-1 in the first game of the year under Spack at home. And the last loss was a 2020 decision to South Dakota. But Illinois State has had its fair share of victories at Hancock Stadium on opening day.
Yeah. That just shows you Coach Back knows how to get a team ready for the season. He runs a hard camp, but it all pays off when you get out there on Saturday and you're able to win the game.
This is Neal getting the carry across the 30-yard line. And they're going to give him about a gain of 6. Michael Neal, again, graduated in May with a degree in business economics, following in the footsteps of Jake Chisholm, who led the Pioneer League in rushing with better than 1,000 yards a year ago. Gets the carry again, but he's caught from behind and dragged down. He's a guy that they have a lot of expectations for. But, of course, when you're replacing a guy like Chisholm, who's the career leader in all-purpose yards at Dayton, you've got some big shoes to fill. Now, he learned from him, watching him, and obviously was a part of their offense last year, but he's got some big shoes to fill this year.
You can see the offensive coordinator, Greg Whalen, is still giving him the ball. Last year, he had over 5.7 yards per carry. I mean, that's great numbers, and he had 4 touchdowns. This kid can play. Right now it's been tough for him because this Illinois State defensive line has been doing such a great job, but Neal can play.
This is Dow, and he runs it across for the necessary yardage for a first down.
A little bit of a busted play there. Worked out for him.
We've got one of the Dayton Flyers linemen is slow to get up. That's David Catch. In fact, he's the preseason all-conference player who is now, he was up for a moment, now he's back down.
Yeah, he is the anchor of that group. Hate to see that.
We'll see what kind of conditions he's in. At this point, it's a warm afternoon. We don't know if it's cramping, what the situation is. But the Redbirds, with 1:17 to go here, third quarter, have a 41-0 lead on Dayton.
It's been all Redbirds so far today.
All right, so we've been talking about the running backs room for Illinois State and how excited the Redbirds are about being able to have Cole Mueller, Wankers Wright, Mason Blakemore. They've got a freshman that they really like too that we might see later in the game in Robinson. They've got an opportunity to share carries and to share this room. And there's Blakemore with his 4 carries for 75 yards. He had a long touchdown run. And Wankers Wright just added a touchdown to that running backs room. And Cole Mueller started the scoring with a touchdown. So you've got 3 running backs with scores here in the opener. And that's exactly what that offensive line likes. It's what Tony Peterson, the offensive coordinator, wants. I mean, it's really what they wanted to accomplish here today.
They all complement each other well because they all have different styles. You don't want 3 running backs that run the ball the exact same way because the defense will see the exact same thing. They have to prepare for 3 different guys and 3 different styles. That makes them extremely hard to stop.
All right, David Catch is now off the field. And so Dayton back on the attack here, and the pass is caught by Swanson, who's been busy here in the last couple of minutes as Dow rolls out and flipped it out to him as we approach the minute mark left. 1 minute to go here in this third quarter. We're glad that you're alongside here on Marquee Sports. Illinois State with an opening day game at home here against Dayton. The Redbirds have been impressive. Neal tries to spin away and get back to the line of scrimmage. Good penetration there. The Redbirds have done a nice job on him. Jalen Gaines was in that backfield to make the initial hit.
A nice job by the Redbirds defense. They've done a good job against the run today. This is a good running football team. And you can't forget, this team was 8-3 last year and 6-2 in the PFL.
Yeah.
This is a good football team. The Redbirds have just played very well, and you can see that this defensive line has rebounded well after their loss of their big guy.
3rd and 6 now. Final seconds, third quarter. Dow throws it into triple coverage, and his receiver comes down with it. That's a really nice catch by Derek Willis. He went up and got it. There were 3 Redbirds in the neighborhood, but a completed pass and a first down for Dayton, and that's going to be our final play of the third quarter. So the Flyers will have the football to start the fourth quarter when we come back, but the Redbirds have the lead. It's 41-0. Illinois State the lead here in the home opener at Hancock Stadium. Gained the Flyers 92-33 in passing yards and outgained them 102-55 total. So it's just been more of the same thing for the Redbirds as we begin the fourth quarter here, with Dayton having the football there, and it's Neal getting the carry, and Greg Galloway, who has really played well in the middle of that Redbird line, comes up for the stop.
Yeah, what a stop by the big freshman. And that's just, you see here on the replay, just doesn't give up, sheds a defender. Nice tackle for loss right there. Great play by a freshman. First game action.
You're seeing that Neal got back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. 2nd and 10. And Dow's pass to Swanson is caught again right in front of a couple of Redbird defenders. It was Mark Cannon Jr. who was up there to make the stop after the completed pass. It'll be short of a first down, about a 5-yard gain, so this will be 3rd and 3 now for Dayton. These are valuable reps, too, for Dayton here at the end of this game. We know that it's a lopsided score, but that's a team that's going to try to benefit as much as it can from this experience of playing against the Redbirds. And Dow is wrapped up. Again, the Redbirds came through and wrapped him up.
Wow, that was just a race to the quarterback. But these are important reps for Dayton. You see here on the replay, I mean, Illinois State just doesn't get blocked. I mean, it comes from everywhere, but the first guy in there was Stephen Curtis, and that was a heck of a play by him, the freshman. Illinois State is going to have a lot of tape to watch, a lot of decisions to make, and maybe put some of these young guys up in the rotation. So this is important time to see who's going to be some guys that they can put in the game in crunch time moving forward this season.
Baker on to punt it away on 4th down. Casper's not going to get a chance to field that one as it's out of bounds. See where they spot that football. Right about the 15-yard line. Redbirds will have the possession when we come back. 13:03 to go in this one. It's all Illinois State, a 41-0 lead over Dayton in the season opener. Their defense pitching a shutout here with a 41-0 lead. They've allowed 184 yards, and they've got 3 sacks. And look at that average yards per play, under 3 yards. So they've come to play here, and they're hanging on to a 41-0 lead. And we're seeing Danny Rittenhouse. We thought we might see the new Redbird quarterback come in, as Illinois State trying to give him some Tommy Rittenhouse, give him some minutes here and get him some reps in here in a game that's a 41-point spread.
Absolutely. He was thrown into the fire last year as a freshman. He did a nice job, and now he gets to learn from a really good quarterback. And he's going to take all these reps and use these and make him better in the long run.
Yeah, played 5 games a year ago when Annexstad got hurt, and this is him rolling and keeping the football and running out of bounds, angling himself towards that Redbird sideline. They like Rittenhouse. The coaching staff says he's really improved from last year to this year, the sophomore quarterback. And again, more confidence, you're going to get more reps, and he's got an opportunity here to play almost this entire 4th quarter.
Yeah, this is valuable experience for him.
Redbirds are staring down the barrel of a 3rd and 3 here. It's Jalen Carr who wins. Oh, boy, he took a big hit.
What a hit. I mean, he got right back up from it, but that was a heck of a hit right there from the defender, Aiden McKinley.
And Aiden McKinley came up and gave Jalen Carr, a big pop there. So the Redbirds are now looking at 4th and 2, and they'll bring the punting unit on. Carr just bounced right back up.
Surprised there wasn't any helmet-to-helmet or targeting there. It looked like it could have been called.
Carr's had a busy second half. He had 1 catch in the opening half. He's got 5 here in the game now, so a 4-catch second half. Wagner's on to kick just for the second time. A low-line drive. This is Bubonics who makes the play. And look, who's down there to make the play? Jalen Carr, who just got his bell rung.
Oh, wow.
Offensively, comes down on special teams and makes a big hit.
The offense will be back out on the field for the Redbirds.
Bubonics lost his helmet on the play. He took a hit, too. 11:39 to go in this one. The Redbirds have a 41-0 lead. I think he has the football back. There was a roughing the punter on that punt. That flag came out, and we broke away for the commercial. But as we're back now, Illinois State has the ball. You're seeing this play here, which has a penalty marker down as well. This is Illinois State's first possession after the roughing the punter call.
Mason Blakemore got called for a hold right there, it looks like. I didn't think there was much of a hold, but, he tackled the defender. The defender went down. They're going to call it.
So it's now 1st and 20, and again, Tommy Rittenhouse is the quarterback for the Redbirds. And this is Blakemore with a screen pass. He shakes one tackler and gets ahead to about the 28-yard line, so he's close to the original line of scrimmage. So he picked up 8 on the play.
A nice time here to try some new things. We haven't seen many screens from Illinois State so far today. Let's get the screen game working. Get some plays on tape that you can coach and get better at for when you're teaching your team in film room next week.
On 2nd down, Rittenhouse pass is caught over the middle. It's the first catch of the afternoon for Brad Lemizel. He's a freshman from Mount Prospect.
Yeah, nice catch on that slant route, taking a hit, getting up, dusting himself off. Nice job for him. First catch of his career.
So the Redbirds have 3rd and long here, 3rd and 13. We'll see what kind of play they're dialing up. The Redbirds now have 2nd and perhaps even 3rd team players in this game right now. Again, valuable playing time for them at the end of this season opener here. On 3rd down, Rittenhouse throwing downfield, looking for Stewart. It's incomplete. Good coverage on the play. Stride for stride was Cam Cope, cornerback for the Flyers.
Elshon Stewart didn't have much space there. Good protection by the O-line. Just nowhere to go with the ball.
All right, so now the punting unit back on for a punt opportunity again for Ian Wagner. Wagner did not punt at all in the first half. His first punt attempt came here in the 3rd quarter, and he's been out a couple of times now. Gets that one away, and Bubonics is going to take a fair catch on that one. At the 30-yard line. Now we'll step aside. 10:07 to play here. It's all Illinois State. The Redbirds lead the season opener 41-0 over Dayton here at Hancock Stadium. State 41 and Dayton nothing. Kurt Pegler, Clay Harbor, Gina Rose with you, our Redbird production crew here, bringing you college football back here on Marquee Sports, and glad that you're alongside. Season opener has been a good one for Illinois State. This is Michael Neal, who's been the workhorse out of the backfield for the Dayton Flyers with a short gain on 1st down.
Some of these players are going to pop on film. They're going to get some real time coming into the game and then in the next couple of weeks. This is how you make a name for yourself. These reps matter for the guys on the field right now. And you start your career when you're young, when you're not on the field in the high leverage situations. You start it now.
Dow throws it away. He was really close to having a sack there, and the pass is incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd down. But Redbirds still dialing up some pressure. You know right now the defense is thinking, can we close this game out without giving up any points? That's the motivating factor right now on the defensive side of the football for the Redbirds.
Oh, Coach Niekamp wants that shutout. So does Coach Spack. They want to start the season out with a shutout. Defense was so good last year, but show the rest of the conference that we're back.
3rd and 8 now from the 32-yard line. Neal's going to catch this one and turn it up. He dives forward, but he's going to be short of a 1st down. Luke Hansen made that catch, who was in the game. And they're going to be about a yard short of the 1st down, so at this point, why not go for it? See what you can do on 4th down. Early in the game, the Flyers converted on a 4th down opportunity.
Yep.
They're 1 of 3 on 4th down here today. 4th and a yard, and they do move the pile and get that 1st down. So their 2nd conversion on 4th down here this afternoon. looking for to gain as much experience out of an opportunity like this, regardless of what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, absolutely. You're using this experience. You know you're not going to be playing against the same caliber players that you're playing against this week, next week, and the following weeks. So you take all that experience, you watch the film, you see how you can get better, and you go back and you improve. You make the most out of this situation. I used to love playing against the big teams in the Big 12. You know, Missouri State we played Oklahoma State a couple times, we played Kansas State. We never won, we never came close. But for me, I loved playing against those guys because it really helped me improve my game, knowing what I had to do to play against this higher level of competition.
Certainly it's a recruiting opportunity for the coaching staff at Dayton to say, hey, sometimes we go on the road and we play those Division I teams too. This is Dow, who scrambles and throws incomplete. That's a coverage play. The Redbirds just did not have it in the secondary. They just didn't let anybody get open.
No, that was a cover. Yeah, it was one of those coverage sacks. Coverage throws away. That was nice coverage by the Redbirds. They've had that all game long.
So we're looking at 3rd and 7 now. And on the flip side of the coin, if you're Illinois State, you say, you know what, mission accomplished. Let's get through this game without any injuries.
Yeah.
And as you said, get stuff on film, and let's take a look at where we can improve.
Yeah.
3rd and 7 from the Illinois State 45. Off play action. Dow over the middle, has a man in and out of his hands, looking at Willits, but it's incomplete, and that'll bring a 4th down up here.
Dow's competing for a spot that's a pass he has to complete. That was there. That was open. You just got to put it on him. If you want to win that starting job, you got to make that play. And he missed it right there.
Once again, the punting unit is on, which means that Eddie Casper of Illinois State has walked back out there. He's wore out a path from the sidelines to that spot out there to return punts. He hasn't had an opportunity. Many of those punts have been to the sideline like this one appears to be. This is another short kick, and that takes an Illinois State bounce that time, and that's going to be marked at about the 40-yard line, maybe the 39-yard line. So the Redbirds will have decent field position when we come back. 7:26 to play in this game. Redbirds trying to close out a season-opening win. They've got a 41-0 lead on the Dayton Flyers. In the season opener against Dayton, it's not as lopsided as the game on August the 31st, 2000, when Redbirds beat West Virginia Tech 75-10 in the opener, with Kevin Glenn, who had a great career in the Canadian Football League, threw for 4 touchdowns in that game. The 75 points set a record for Hancock Stadium, and the 65-point margin of victory, the largest in school history. Not that lopsided today, but nonetheless, the Redbirds are in control of this one and trying to, as we said, just kind of run the clock out, get some valuable reps in for some of these second-teamers, and something on film that the coaching staff can take a look at here.
Absolutely. A lot of these guys are not going to forget these plays. I could tell you my first ever catch right now. I remember exactly what happened. These guys are going to remember these plays. These are big, important plays for them. They're going to improve. After you see, you go, wow, I can actually do this. I made a catch in an actual college football game. This is special for these guys on the field, and they're going to learn from this. They're going to improve from it.
Up the middle. The carry there for Illinois State. This is Josh Robinson. He's the guy that we talked about earlier, the freshman from Bolingbrook. The Redbirds love their running backs room, and they include this guy in the conversation. So he's a guy that the Redbirds as a freshman think, you know, he's going to learn from some really good running backs that are already in this running back room, and then he might be a guy that people are talking about in another year or so.
I tell you right there, that was he looked quick. He had some bursts. He's not afraid of contact.
Rittenhouse pass is completed at the sidelines. That's Rylan Crawford. He's another freshman who comes up to make the play. Indiana kid. And again, we've got 6 minutes left with the clock running.
And looking back there at Robinson, he had a nice pickup on pass protection right there. He's not afraid of contact. I love to see that. A lot of times you'll find a good running back that knows how to run the ball but can't protect.
Robinson gets the carry this time. He slides around the outside. He's right at the line of scrimmage. He might have picked up a yard. again, valuable opportunities for this guy to get in the game. And, you know, with the red shirt rule, these guys can play 4 games. It used to be that didn't used to be the situation, but these guys can play 4 games and still redshirt. So you got an opportunity for guys to get some action in, and then if you want to stretch their eligibility out, you can redshirt them later in the year. If it comes to that, if you can escape the injuries and you don't need to pull anybody in, as Braden Contreras comes up and he makes the play. But again, young guys here that are, you know, in their first games, getting some game time here in the end.
Kurt, I didn't realize you could play 4 games and still get redshirting.
Yeah.
I think redshirting is very important. I look back at my career. If I didn't redshirt, I never would have got drafted in the NFL. I got so much better as a junior to a senior because I redshirted and got that extra year.
No doubt about that. Play action. This time Rittenhouse keeps on the option. And they're going to mark him up right around the 34-yard line. So the Redbirds are looking at 4th down now at this point, as we're at the 4.5-minute mark left in this one. But again, just a valuable opportunity for guys that are in practice. They're in practice every day, and they're in the heat just like everybody else, and don't often get a chance to get in the game. And here they are in the 4th quarter of the opener getting some reps.
And sometimes it just feels good to hit somebody that's not your teammate.
Right.
You know, you get to go against somebody else. You've been playing this whole summer, training camp, against your own team, and now you get to go against another team. That's always fun.
Wagner's going to try and kick this one inside the 5-yard line, see if that special teams. Well, it took a Dayton bounce. Illinois State had 2 guys down there inside the 5 ready to down it, and it just bounced the other way. So instead of it being inside the 10, it's going to be at about the 21-yard line. Dayton Flyers, final 3:55 left in this game. We're seeing Dante Castiola back out now running the offense for the Flyers. He gives to Gavin Lacco, freshman. Brings the ball up to about the 24-yard line.
Valuable time for development for these guys. They're taking it serious. The guys on the field are playing hard. They know this is a great opportunity for them to develop and to get better.
Again, the Redbirds will go on the road for their next couple of games against in-state rivals. They'll be in Macomb to play against Western Illinois next, and then they'll go to Charleston to play Eastern Illinois on back-to-back weekends before they return home here to Hancock Stadium. They'd love to come back home with a 3-0 record, being unbeaten. But we'll see them again against Lindenwood in a couple of weeks. So Dayton again facing 3rd down with 3:19 to play in this one. We hope to hear from Zach Annexstad, the Illinois State quarterback, at the end of this game. Had an outstanding first game of the season. Castiola's pass is incomplete. We've got a flag coming in from the Redbirds secondary. Brian Dolby, the intended receiver.
I was watching that. It didn't look like too much of a hold, but I think that's what they're going to get them with. You see here on the replay, you got to roll out, play action. Can't really see it. Uncatchable ball, but they still throw the flag. Yeah, saw it the way I did.
All right, so on 4th down now, again, our kicking unit back on the field, and we'll see if we can get one more opportunity for Eddie Casper.
Let's get Casper a punt return here.
See if he can get his hands on one. He's been out there 3 or 4 in a row.
Hit it to him.
They haven't kicked it.
Oh, we could have action.
Here's an opportunity.
I think we got one right here.
Yeah, Casper's going to take it at the 35. That's a nice return out to about the 48-yard line, so a 13-yard return. And we'll step aside one final time. Nope. Oh, they just wanted to tell us, hey, look, those guys are really at the stadium, and we're going to put you on camera. So thanks to our Redbird production crew that have made this such an enjoyable broadcast. And we'll be with you all year long here with Illinois State football. as the Redbirds have started this season with an impressive opening day victory. Adjusting the final seconds. And I tell you what, those are hardy folks. They've sat in the sun this whole game. It is a warm day in central Illinois, and with under 3 minutes to go in a game that's a 41-point blowout, they are still in this game.
Absolutely. I love that. Good fan base here in Normal, Illinois.
If the Redbirds can run the clock out here at the end and, again, give those assistant coaches some film to cut up and say, okay, this is what happened good. This was maybe not so good, but there's more smiles than anything else. We're seeing Cal Martine, a freshman from Appleton, Wisconsin, in the game now. He had that carry.
One thing you'll see watching the tape, Kurt, is it's never as good as you think it is. It's never as bad as you think it is. So even though they won, you know, maybe it ends up being 41-0. Maybe another score gets on the board either way. Even though it's that lopsided, there's still some things to clean up. There always is, so they're going to use this film to get better and improve going into next week.
Rittenhouse around the end, and he's going to be close to a first down. In fact, where they spot the ball will be first down yardage. You know, coaches will often say that, especially like at the high school level, the biggest jump improvement comes between weeks 1 and 2, when you can get some film and when players are on the field at game speed, that you can't recreate that in an inter-squad scrimmage. So there's going to be some improvement from both these teams just because of that opportunity between weeks 1 and 2 to put stuff on film and to have the game speed behind you.
You got to have something to allude to, and now they've been on the field. They've done it as this unit, as this particular unit. They've been out there together. Now they're going to be able to critique themselves and see where they can get better, what they need to improve on, what they did well. But it's always good to watch that film and to improve.
And again, Cal Martini gets the carry, that fullback's position. Brock's back actually brought his name up, Martini, and said, you know, this guy is a freshman, and he's a player as a fullback, and it's nice to see that he's getting in the game here at the end.
Yeah, valuable reps. I'm sure he loves that, getting his first taste of action. Like I said, it's something you're always going to remember, your first taste of college football. I still look back and can tell you exactly where I was when I got my first catch.
Final minute of this one. Martini's going to get the call again. He gets through the hole. Well, he's got a couple of nice carries here for the Redbirds. And the Redbirds are going to be happy with a 41-0 victory here. It started with a bang. The Redbirds received the kick. They marched down the field. They scored on their first 2 possessions. They got a special teams touchdown when there was a bad snap that rolled into the end zone on a punt for Dayton. And the Redbirds have just never looked back. It was 21-0 in a blink of an eye in the first quarter. And they've just kind of been on cruise control ever since. Martini's going to get the carry here and move the pile a little bit.
Dominant performance by the Redbirds. Very impressive. Questions on defense. Could they play at a high level without Zeke Vandenberg? Buck Buchanan award winner. 14 sacks last year. Defense showed up. Pitched a shutout.
Coaches taking their headsets off, and teams are about ready to meet at midfield for the handshake here. And that's going to do it. Illinois State 41 and Dayton nothing. Illinois State with a shutout win in the season opener. Brock Spack and Trevor Andrews will shake hands at midfield. And we've got one game in the books and an impressive win for the Redbirds.
A nice win for the Redbirds. I am very impressed with quarterback Zach Annexstad. I'll be surprised this year if he stays healthy, if he's not a top 3 quarterback in this conference.
You know, we talked quite a bit about the Redbird offense, but Ty Niekamp is a redshirt freshman leading Illinois State with 9 tackles, and Amir Abdullah, another newcomer, with 8. So the Redbirds on the defensive side, too, had some new names that came in and did the job here in their first game wearing the Redbird uniform.
Yeah, Coach Spack talked about how deep this team was on the defensive side of the ball, and we got to see it today. There wasn't one player that was dominant. It was swarm tackles. It was everybody doing their job, filling their gaps, and that's why they were so successful and able to pitch that shutout today.
Redbirds with 193 yards on the ground. And they move the ball through the air with 280 passing yards. And just really up and down the stat sheet, it's a very good win for the Illinois State Redbirds. And the senior quarterback, Zach Annexstad, 23 of 30 for 255 yards. He had 1 touchdown. And again, just a very efficient opening drive, a very efficient second drive. He helped set the tone and give the Redbirds this win.
And Kurt, his incompletions were still good passes. I think I counted 1 bad pass from him all game long. The fades in the end zone, he put it right where it needed to be.
The Redbirds are singing the fight song in front of the students section. (41-0) Illinois State with a victory over the Dayton Flyers in the season opener. And our Jenna Rose is standing by with our player of the game, Zach Annexstad, the senior quarterback, leading the Redbirds to a 41-0 lead, a 41-0 victory. Let's go to Jenna on the sideline.
Thank you so much. We're joined by Zach Annexstad, 255 passing yards, a passing touchdown as well, a very efficient start. What allowed you and your team to play at your best?
Yeah, I think the coaches prepared us well for this game. We just came out and had fun. It was fun to finally go against someone that wasn't our defense. We've been going against them for a while now, so it was just a lot of fun.
We have to speak to the depth of that running back room with Blakemore, Wright, and Mueller, each scoring a touchdown as well. They complement each other with different playing styles. Why is that?
I mean, they're different backs. I think all of them have their own thing they're good at, but together it's a 3-headed monster, and I'm really excited to keep them healthy and keep them playing, have a really good year.
Coach said the purpose of this game was to ensure that this team becomes a unit. What do you see in the future now after game 1 is in the books with an impressive win?
Yeah, I think Coach preaches complementary football, and that's something we got to keep doing. And there's things I can do better today. There's things the defense can do better as a whole. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Always moving forward. Thank you so much for your time and excellent work today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, sending it back up to the booth.
Thanks, Jenna. Zach Annexstad leading Illinois State to a 41-0 season opening win. How about some final thoughts on the game here, Clay?
I'm just going to keep it there. Zach Annexstad, very impressed. I know we've said it once, we said it again, but coming off that injury last year, he had a slow start last season. He really showed up today. He was efficient. He led the team. He did everything he needed to do. And the offensive line, the big boys up front, giving these running backs some space to run the football. I'd love to see Cole Mueller back in business after missing the entire season. He looked good. He looked like he's ready to go. He's strong. He's fast. He's there. And the Redbird defense was just swarming. A good job by a full